Yeah, we back, baby. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. Hope you guys are doing well. Apologies for the lateness today, but this morning was a rough one, man. I don't know what happened. Internet went down, Wi-Fi went down, and I had to call the company and have them do some stuff. They sent a signal. I sent a signal. We sent signals, but our signals got crossed. Oh, do I have drums? I don't think I do. Anyway, yeah. But we got it worked out in the end. So that's good. And like I said, sorry for the delay. But happy Saturday once again. I've got my morning cup of Joe or Joanne. We back to the iced coffee, the original. You know how we do. Nah, I mean. Oh, yeah, it hits the vein so good. Yes. Okay. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful day. An incredible day to be here inside doing a podcast when in the New York area, it is currently 70 degrees and sunny, going up to a high of 80. And look where I'm at, people. That's the dedication. That's for you guys. That's for you all. And for our Knicks, of course. But, you know, I will say I understand if the viewership is not that high today because it is beautiful outside in New York. People should be out doing stuff that's fun and enjoyable. Take advantage of the weather. This is not the summer yet, so we're not going to be, getting this weather every day. So you got to take advantage when you can. So, and also because of that, I'm also not gonna. This ain't gonna be no 5-hour show. Ain't gonna be no 4-hour show. It ain't gonna be no 3-hour show. This will be more like a 2-hour. You know what I mean? Because I need to enjoy weather too. You know what I mean? Plus, I want everybody to be able to have fun out there, man. It's a beautiful day. And like I said, we don't get a lot of these. And a lot of times when the beautiful days happen, they happen when we're at work. So when the weekend comes, it'll be rainy, gloomy, it's cold. It's rare that it happens like this early in the season. So let's take advantage of it. All right. Now, that being said, hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope you're doing good. Life is treating you well. Hope health is in your favor. Blessings to you all. Blessings to your families. Oh, and just to give you guys a little update, I know last week I told you about a friend of mine that passed away. I'm not even going to say his name for no confusion, but his real name is Kenneth. Okay, so shout out to my guy Kenneth, R.I.P. But I went to his services, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because, like I said, I brought it up initially, but I'm bringing it up for another reason. I went to his services, and I actually spoke at his services, but other people, which is interesting because, we all grew up as young people, playing basketball, playing sports. That's how we all got to know each other. And, everybody has to have a tough demeanor and be a certain way and too cool for school. But let me tell you something. Everybody, one after the next, kept going up to the front to speak about this man because he was a good dude, man. He was a good dude. Like I said, and, the thing about him was he left a lasting impression on people. There's people that go through life like they got blinders on, they're just living, He didn't act that way. What he did was, if anything, he tried to get you to be a better person, a better man. And he did that a lot with the young people. Like if you, let's say you were just a young kid sitting on the bench, right? And he was on the basketball court and he saw you just sitting there. He would go up to you and say, "What's going on?" You want to play basketball? He's like, no, 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 no. Why not? And then he would talk to you, right? And then he'd get you to get on the court. And then he gets you to come out and be on the court all the time, right? Just get you to be active, to do something, show you a better way rather than getting caught up in other stuff. And so the interesting thing was there was a lot of different people that went up there and gave their little testimonials about what he did for them and shared, and like situations where they could have went left, but he kind of talked them into doing something better. So that instead of them doing something in the streets, they were on the basketball court or on the handball court or playing baseball. He's just a really good dude, man. It's a shame. RIP to him. You know, it sucks. No one deserves to pass away, but it really sucks when good people who have good hearts go, because you know they're hard to replace. So once again, shout out to my guy Kenneth, aka, you know, he knows. Anyway, all right. So I just wanted to share that again and give you guys a little bit of an update, because I was actually pretty I guess I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised at how many people, how many hood dudes, how many guys that I saw go up there and show their love for him and how impactful he was in their lives. So I just wanted to share that because I thought that was a real special thing. And we hope, I would think all of us, even if you don't really, you're not outspoken and don't care, I think you would all hope that we all leave some type of lasting impression where people look at us in the same way. So yeah. All right. I'm done. That being said, back to this beautiful show today, back to our wonderful New York Knicks, who are coming off of a nice victory last night. Yeah, man, last night was a good victory, but you know, the only thing about last night's victory is that I never thought they were going to lose. Not, I mean, even before they played the game. Like, but you know, I gotta say, you know how the Knicks look at other teams that got our number and say, "Oh man, that's a bad matchup," and I feel like Milwaukee looks at the Knicks and says, "Man, they're a bad matchup for us," because we have been for not just this year, in previous years too. We match up well with Milwaukee. So I don't want to even say, I don't want to be those guys that say, "Oh, I would prefer this matchup." I don't care. We play whoever we play. So, but we do match up well against Milwaukee, and I think it's because they're an aging team. They're a little bit more slow. They don't push the pace quickly, and I think they fall right into what we are, at least right now, unless we change going forward. But I think they fall right into where we're at. So I think last night's game, it was really nice to see Thibs threw us a little bit of a curveball. Everybody, I mean, in our minds thought that Tyler Kolek was going to start, right? You got no Deuce, you got no Jalen Brunson, you got no campaign. He seems to be the next person on the pecking order, but because of Tom Thibodeau and Tom Thibodeau's ways, he said, "You know what? I value defense more than the scoring." And so he went with Delon Wright. And I think Delon Wright played really well. I mean, but really what helped Delon Wright, let's be honest here, guys. He had 12 points. He had 10 points in the first quarter, was it? That was special for what we were trying to do, because he could have gone out there and stunk it up and not added those points. And then maybe, Thibs going to him as the starter wouldn't have looked so good. And maybe he would have had to give Kolek more minutes because it wouldn't have worked out. But the fact that Delon hit those shots, that was big, because we know he can play pretty good, decent defense, better defense than Kolek. So yeah, it worked out in Thibs' favor. So good call by Thibs. Got to give him credit when it works, because no one thought that Delon Wright was going to start over Kolek. I didn't think so. So yeah, it worked out. I wish Kolek got more minutes, to be honest. He had 5 assists and 5 points. It was nice to see him get that three, that first shot that he took the three and it went in. I felt good about that for him, because that helps his confidence. Because the guy can shoot. I'm not going to say he's a scorer, because scorers put up numbers in volume, but he can shoot. Once he gets his confidence going again, because he's got good mechanics as far as like rhythm, lining up shots. Yeah, he'll be okay. But it takes time. But it was really okay. So that was good, right? It was good to see the Knicks come out and play some good defense against Milwaukee. Even though Milwaukee started to get stuff going, I like the fact that the Knicks went on their run. Milwaukee started to cut into it, get back into it. We get into the second half. Milwaukee's still trying to cut back into it, get it going. And then the Knicks turned on the gas. You know what I mean? The defense ratcheted up, the scoring, the passing, the believing in each other. That's how you finish a game. That's how you close a game out. I liked what I saw in that second half, especially because that was when, they put their foot down. So yeah, man. I mean, I think that was a good sign, guys. I think that was a really good sign. I know people will look at it and say that Milwaukee is hopefully they look at it as Milwaukee's a good team. It's just that the Knicks really match up well with Milwaukee. When the Knicks play Milwaukee, it's almost like they're not as good of a team as they are, but just because of how we match up. So yeah, but whatever. I know they didn't have Dame. I get it. But even with Dame, we beat them 4 times. 4 times or 3 times this year? 3 times this year. And, it was comfortable each time. So, I mean, like I said, whether they had Dame or didn't have Dame, I wasn't concerned about Milwaukee. It's just the way they match up. I don't know. The Knicks, it's rare that the Knicks match up with a good team and it's just comfortable. That's one of those. Oh, no Portis either. Shout out to you, Joey. Rip him up. Yeah, but it didn't matter because they had Portis and Dame the first go around. They had Portis and Dame the second go around. It don't matter. Something about Knicks and Milwaukee. And actually, that's a good point too, Crim's dad, because they were saying even on the broadcast that with Dame out, Milwaukee's actually been playing better defense because, whoever's filled in, obviously they're better defenders than Dame was. We know Dame don't play no defense. All right. Well, I don't have much negative to say about the game. I think the game went as good as can be expected. It was nice to get that victory. And it kind of shows you once again that the Knicks can win games if they play the right way and just continue to believe in each other, right? And don't take any quarters off. You got to play every quarter. And we go from there. On to the next one. What is the next one? Let's see. I know the Knicks play on Sunday. What is the next one? Oh, Portland. Sunday at 6 p.m. versus Portland. Right. So, yeah, I mean, there's no reason why the Knicks shouldn't be able to win that game as well, man. Instead of and once again, I know like a lot of expectations have kind of, some people have been a little disappointed in the way the season has gone. But once again, guys, let's look at what it is for what it is. The Knicks are still in third in the Eastern Conference. So technically that's like the, at worst, if you put all the teams together, they're like the 6th or 5th best team in the NBA. Not bad. It's not bad. And especially now dealing with what they're dealing with, no Jalen Brunson. This is good that they didn't. Of course, they deal with some adversity. They went 5-5 in their last 10 prior to last night's game, right? So they're 6-5 in their last 11. That's pretty good considering you don't have Jalen Brunson, and now no campaign and no Deuce McBride. That's excuse me. That's not bad. I know we all were having expectations that they'd win 50 plus games, maybe even 60, but who cares? You know what I mean? And the bottom line is third in the East is great, right? That's, not a bad spot to be. All you want to do is get into the playoffs. They don't have home court against Cleveland or Boston, but they got home court against everybody else. It is what it is. And the only thing that I will say that, well, I don't have an issue with anything. I like the way they played. I liked what Thibs did. I guess the only thing that I wish is that somehow McCullough Jr. or Pacom Dadier was a part of this rotation. One of them. because I just think that they need that 6'7", an extra 6'7", 6'8" guy who is versatile, can play a little defense, can score. I just think they need that. So I mean, I don't know. There's still time, but I don't think Thibs is going to introduce them at this point because he's still waiting for Payne to come back. He's waiting for Deuce to come back. He's waiting for Brunson to come back, and these all guys that'll eat up minutes. So I can't see it happening, but I really wish it did happen. But it is what it is. So we'll see we'll see where they go from here. But like I said, I liked what I saw at least last night. And guys, another thing that we're probably gonna have to talk about at some point today is OG Anunoby, man. Guys have wanted him up out of here because of he did nothing, wrong, but because he's making 200 million, right? They've wanted him out of it. They want OG Anunoby to beat Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown, and he's not those guys. But we talked about it before. The only issue that OG was going through was that he had an issue with his shot. He kind of lost his rhythm. His mechanics were a little screwed up. But when OG has his mechanics right, which he has most of the time, he just plays the way you expect him to play, and he's a good player. He's a good complimentary player. But people wanted him out of here. And look at him now, right? So I know I'm going to hear it, and I'm going to continue to see it. I'm already starting to see it. It's a little annoying because there's so many the same people that want him up out of here. But now they're like, oh, OG's great. OG should be the second option. What? Well, not second, third option or whatever. Like, you don't put OG ahead of Macau. Look, OG is playing great. I love what he's doing. I love the ability that he has to impact the game on both sides. But Macau just does things easier. You know what I mean? He's just not as consistent. But you can't take away that Macau can do everything on the court, just easier. And so that makes him, it just happens. It's better. It's more fluid and it's clean no matter who's out there on defense. So the Knicks are in a good position, guys. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like it because when we play these other teams, we've struggled, but the Knicks are right now in a very good position to get everybody back healthy. OG has learned from this. Macau has learned from this. Hopefully Cat has learned something from it without Brunson out there, but I don't know what Cat can really get from it. You know what I mean? Because I think Cat just plays. He just plays no matter who's out there. So, but I hope the team in general has learned something from it, so that way when Brunson comes back, they can continue. So we'll see. All right. That being said, that's my quick little monologue. I'm trying to shorten it because I want the show to be shorter. So let's get into it. Let's get into the chat, see what's going on, and holler at everybody. Shout out to you all. Nostalgic Nick in the building. What's going on? Please. I see what you did there, buddy. Shout out to my guy Andios NYK. Shout out to David Smith in the building. And shout out to Andios, also a member of the SKF Army. I must forget that because he's highlighted in blue because he's a moderator, but he's also a part of the Army right now. Shout out to NYC B-Ball 08. What's going on? Shout out to L Dammit in the building. What up, L? A member of the SKF Army. Pew, 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 pew. And also our social media manager, our Discord guru. And please, guys, if you haven't checked out Discord, please do. Listen, it only takes a couple of you guys to really get active and start typing some stuff in Discord, and we'll type back. We'll get a conversation going. I know it takes time, and I know you guys are still getting used to it. We haven't had a Discord in the 4 years that we've been doing this, but we have one now. So yeah, I mean, we'd love to have you guys jump in there, and we can talk Knicks and other stuff, as well as eventually that'll be a spot where you're going to learn about stuff first, right? If there's an event going on, if there's anything happening, we'll be posting it in there. Even if it's an event that's not even for us, maybe there's a nothing but Knicks event or something, objective Knicks fan You know, if he's got something going on, you know, we may post that stuff there and let you guys know so that you guys can tune in because we support the community. It's all love. And those are our peoples, and NBK is our fam. So, um, shout out to I get it. Shout out to Crim's dad in the building. Salute. What's going on, my brother? Hope you're doing well. And a member of the SKF Army. Appreciate you. Let me see. Shout out to M. Gene in the building. What's going on, M. Gene? Another member of the SKF Army. Salute to you. Good to see you. Yeah, and listen, L is telling you guys, this download that Discord server and jump in. You don't have to do anything other than, you know, pop in once in a blue, get your conversation on. So don't feel no obligation, right? We are good over there. We've got good people to help, you know, take a look at the site, make sure we're good to go. So there's no obligation for anybody to do anything. Now you could just come in there, enjoy it. If you have something to say, if something's going on, you're watching a Knicks game, you're like, why did he just take that shot? Type it in the Discord. I might agree with you. Yeah, why did he just take that shot? So yeah, man, jump in the Discord. The link is pinned to the chat. Hit that, sign up. It's freelicious, or like some of my friends like to say, it's free 99. Let's see. Okay, don't mind me. I'm breezing through. Shout out to Margaret Edwards in the building. Let's go, Margaret. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Shout out to Jay Chosen in the building. What up, Jay? Hope you're doing well, my guy. Let me see. David Smith says the Knicks with this title contending roster are underperforming this year. Go back and look at how many games the Knicks lost and should have won, and that's enough. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, this is the first year of this title contending underperforming roster. So, I mean, I know you might be a little bit of a hard critic. I get it. You've seen enough and you want them to do better. I get it. But we'll see what happens. Annie K is in the building. Let's go. What's up, Annie? How you doing? She says, hi, all. It's a beautiful Saturday. Yes, it is. Shout out to Buzzer Beater in the building. What up, Buzzer Beater? Soon this show will be called Dinner with Ron. That's cute. Shout out to Darlene Bryant in the building. Let's go, Darlene. What's going on? Good to see you. Hey, Lena Franklin is in the building. Let's go, Lena. JJ is in the building, a member of the SKF Army. Said, happy Saturday, Ron. Salute, bro. Never seen OG this aggressive like he has been lately. Good to see. Cat isn't right. He could barely get up the court yesterday. Sit him and help get his knees right. Yeah, it looked like he tweaked something in the game. But I like, once again, see, you got to flip it, right? When you see something like that and you've seen it multiple times, you got to look at Cat and say, you appreciate it. Cat shows that he's not soft. He's a warrior because he's been getting banged up all year and he hasn't missed a lot of time at all. And he very well could have. So I got to look at Cat a little differently. I think we all should, because you take stuff for granted. Like, guys can sit and get right, but he's been playing through stuff. So I give him credit for that. I will say that. Shout out to Prezi the boss in the building. What up, Prezi? Says salute to Ron the Don, the SKF Army. Salute. Shout out to Darren Wilkerson in the building. Salute, Knicks Nation. Good to see you. Salute, Space Ghost. What's going on, my brother? Salute to you. And say salute, Ron and the SKF family. Joey Rip 'em Up Sports in the building. Appreciate you. Shout out to Cardiac Knicks. Salute, Ron. Yep, what's going on? Shout out to my brother Kareem Grant in the building. Salute. Member of the SKF Army. Said good afternoon to the chat. Much love. And to my bro Ron. As always, my guy. Good to see you. Shout out to Allah Wise. What's going on? Allah Peace. What's happening? Shout out to Harlem Bully 67. Salute to you. He said they need to cut guys in the offseason to make better signings. Yeah, I mean, we got a little fluff on the roster, a little bit that we could kind of trim and get a little bit better quality in players. So I'm with you because next year's got to be a better year. You know what I mean? So we got to get a little better, and the bench has to get better. So I'm definitely with you on that. Shout out to Brooklyn Knicks fans in the building. Said Brunson needs to pass like Kolek, no hero ball. I mean, yeah, but he can't. Like, Kolek is a special person when it comes to that. He's got good court vision, and he's comfortable doing it. Kolek can't score like Brunson. So, I mean, the flip side is, can we say Kolek needs to start scoring like Brunson? He can't. So we got to take these guys for what they can do and appreciate them. Really, the issue comes down to whatever the Knicks need. If the Knicks go out and they beat a team by 20 points and they have 30 assists with Brunson out there, nobody cares how many assists Brunson had. The point is that we moved the ball, we scored well, and we dominated. So it's all about how the Knicks play. And if the Knicks don't play well, that's different. But I hear you. I'm just saying, like, that's what it is. It's the bottom line. This looks good, what Kolek's doing. I really want him to play more. I like seeing that. But the bottom line is it's all about what the guys are actually doing and what's the end result. The Knicks are blowing teams out by 20 or more points with Brunson out there, and they're not, and he doesn't have 10 assists. If he's got 5 assists, if they're still doing that and they're moving the ball, it doesn't matter. Because he's going to add something. You know that. And you see the difference. Guys, listen, we're 6-5 in our last 11. If Brunson was there, we would not be 6-5. We would have won more games than this. I hope you guys know that. Shout out to Keith Turner, my guy. What's going on, Keith? Good to see you as always. Yeah, it would be tough. Yeah, that it would be tough to rest Cat right now because I don't know where we would get that scoring from. Last night was a good game. Cat didn't provide as much, but we got but you know, you're not always going to get 31 from OG and 27 or 26 from Macau. Like, it's that's tough. I mean, it could happen, but you can't depend on it, really. Shout out to Tori B in the building. Let's go, Tori. Notorious or Notorious. Hey, we are. They is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you can't hear it. I got to change that. I forgot. It sounds good in my ears, like, are we jamming? But for you guys, it sounds like gibberish. Every time I got to change that Cool in the Gang Ladies Night. Y'all deserve a better version. Shout out to Juan Rivera in the building. What up, Juan? Okay. Wasn't that a beautiful thing? Wasn't that a beautiful thing, JJ? Oh man. He's gonna be special for the Mets. But I gotta tell you, I do not like the fact that he said he's the best hitter in baseball. He might be. I just don't want to hear him say it. You know what I mean? Like, don't say it. Humble pie is good. It's delicious. Put a little whipped cream on it. Humble pie is fantastic. Shout out to the predicate in the building. He said the Tylenol, 29 assists and 1 turnover. Yeah, man, he's been fantastic. As far as holding on to the ball and taking care of it, yes. All right. Breezing through. Shout out to Word in the building. Everything changes in the playoffs. Facts. Shout out to Lady and the Chef in the building. Salute to you. Hope you are doing well, guys. Please go check out the Knicks Chicks podcast with Lady and the Chef and Diva Locks. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Shout out to D-Ras in the building. What's going on, D-Ras? Good to see you. One and all, salute, salute. Luna Jean is in the building. What up, Luna? How you doing? Good to see you. Let's salute Ron in the chat. Let's go. Oh, and let's go for Lady and the Chef too. Got to do that for my all the ladies. All the ladies. Shout out to Walter Blackman in the building. What's going on, Walter? Hope you're doing well. Said, hope when everyone comes back healthy, Kolek will still get some time. I got to tell you, it's going to be very tough. I don't see it, but I hope that if somebody's struggling, one of these guards is struggling and just doesn't look like they got it going, maybe Thibs can. I don't know, man. We're not coaches because the thing they don't do certain things for a reason. Like you don't want to affect the guy's confidence. You don't want to say, "Oh, you're struggling. You don't have it going," and that person doesn't know why they don't got it going. Then you take them out the game, and now they're beating themselves up. Like, look, oh man, Thibs benched me. Coaching is not easy, guys. It's tough. You have to appeal to guys' psyche. So as much as we want to see Kolek out there, it may just be no way to get him out there once everybody's healthy. I get it. It's tough. But like I said, and we talked about before, next year it's going to be a different story. Most likely campaign's not going to be back. And we don't know. Precious may not be back, most likely. And who knows what happens with Deuce. I hope he is back, but we'll see. All right. Johnny Davis is in the building. What up, Johnny? Hey, what up, Ron? Hey, there's some talent on this bench. I mean, there is. It's just got to be used. Double D's in the building. What's up, everybody? Very good win against a team that is bad defensively. We took care of business, wire to wire. No struggling last night. I mean, I think Milwaukee is 10th overall defensively now. So I mean, they were bad, but they're not as bad as they used to be. Hey, Vernon J. Smith is in the building, so I will have the honor of playing the national anthem at tomorrow's Knicks Blazers game. So if any of you get there early enough, that will be me on my saxophone. Grateful for. Hey, hold on. Shout out to you, Vernon J. Smith. Congratulations, man. That's a dope look. Do your thing, man. That is beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Shout out to El Nevcino 80. Brunson out has developed our guys more, only plus with Brunson being out. Yeah, I could agree with that. Shout out to Snipes Entertainment. Brunson is not a point guard, he's a combo guard. Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's kind of more of his speed. Let's see here. Okay. All right, let me put the link in the Chizat just in case anybody wants to pop in. All right. So 718 Fresh is in the building. Salute said trade Shamit, Deuce, and Payne in the offseason. No more little guys. Yeah, I mean, the only person they got to trade is Deuce, I think. Oh, I forgot about Shamit. I think Shamit's on a 1 year. I could be mistaken. I think he's on a 1 year. So I think the only person they would have to trade if they needed to would be Deuce. But I don't think they're going to trade unless they have to. You know what I mean? Because Shamit, I think, is coming off the books. Payne is definitely coming off the books. Achu is coming off the books. So that's 3 guys right there. You know what I mean? Hey, all right. You guys are joining the Discord. Shout out to y'all. Thank you once again. Elle loves it. She appreciates that. And for that, she says, pew, 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 pew. That's right. Those are Elle's words, not mine. Appreciate you guys. All right. Oh, look at this. Shout out to my guy. You know what it is. Thank you for the generous super chat, Walter. Appreciate you, my guy. Hope you're doing well. And I did see. I thought I don't think I commented because I got a little busy. Thank you for the message on X. I know you asked me, how everybody's doing, family and everything. Everybody's as good as they can be. You know how it is. We're still going. Wife is still having good days and bad days, but we'll get there. You know what I mean? We'll get there. But I want to thank you once again, Walter, for always being who you are. Appreciate you. And hope you and yours are doing well. Hope the house is treating you well still. Shout out to my guy, Wiz BKLA in the building. Salute. He says Precious, Shamit, and Payne are on expiring contracts. Right. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most likely those three guys are going to be gone. And the Knicks are going to have a chance to bring in some new blood. Or, depending on how things go, they might upgrade or promote, like as far as minutes go, to some people we already have. We got to see. But they're definitely going to go out and get one person at least to help because we need some more help. Somebody solidified. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tony in the building. What up, Tony? He says, I'm going to tell you this. If this team wants to win a chip this year, then they shouldn't be worried who taking the most shots. This team doesn't need Brunson or Towns taking 20 shots a game to win. They don't. You're right. Although they might need Macau to do that because it looks like Macau, when he gets going, he plays better. So maybe Macau needs to do it. I don't know. But yes, I agree with you. It's unselfish basketball. Like I said, believing in each other, moving the ball around, and just getting quality shots. Hey, Andio says, Knicks Nation, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, sit back and enjoy the show. I can't be mad at that. That's the way to go. I appreciate you, Andios, as always, guys. Smash that like button. And if you don't know what it looked like, it look a little something like this. Yes. Thank you. Shout out to Jeffrey Clafter in the building. What up, Jeff? Hope you're doing well, my guy. Guys, listen. I always talk about the content and the other channels in the community that put out great work and just keep the community grounded, right? Because there's Nick Talk that is in different flavors, right? You got positive Nick Talk, you've got negative Nick Talk, you've got the in-between Nick Talk, which I kind of like to think I'm in there somewhere. And all of that is necessary, right? Because it all fits people's personalities and it just all plays together well. But, sometimes that Nick Talk that's in the middle can really be informative, but as well as critical, right? But it's necessary. And the reason why I'm bringing that up in that way is because Jeff is a part of a podcast with our girl Steph from MBK called Dope Soul Sports Talk, right? Jeff also pitches in on the Queen's Court for NBK as well with Steph. But they get into really good conversations that some people don't want to have. Some people don't want to look at things in critical form. And they are willing to take on those conversations and be critical and take the fire, the smoke that comes with it, because they have the ammunition to back it up. They have the information and the smarts to explain to you why they feel a certain way. And I respect everything they do. I respect Jeff. I respect Steph, Ajay, Jarrell, all of them. Lady and the Chef who contributes to the Queen's Court as well. Their conversations are very dope. And if you guys want to hear more, good conversations about our New York Knicks, definitely check out the Queen's Court on MBK or Dope Soul Sports Talk with Steph and the cast of great participants, great panel members that she has. All right. Shout out to my guy Lion of Judah in the building. Says blessings, my brother Ron, and all praises to the Most High. And grand midday to all Knicks Nation of fans. Shalom. Shalom to you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you in the chat. Hmm. Right. Okay. Tony says, huh. If they can bring back Dante DiVincenzo and trade for Mitch and Deuce, the bench can look Porty, Moses Brown, Pacome, Dante, Holick, and McCullough. You know, I would want Dante back, but I'm not trading Mitch for Dante. Like the Knicks need Mitch, right? If you trade Mitch, it's got to be for another big that can help your team. I can't trade Mitch for Dante because we see that we need that big out there. But I hear you. I mean, I'm not opposed to bringing Dante back either. I would like to see Dante back if we can bring him back. I just think he fits the team. I think he's a underrated defender, and the Knicks could definitely use that. Oh, nice. Thanks, Walter. Thank you for joining the Discord, man. Appreciate you. Um, Wiz says, I think McCullough, Kolick, Huckporty, TJ Warren, and Moses Brown is a solid bench with Deuce, Mitch Robb, and Dante. Yeah, I don't, honestly, I think TJ Warren's going to be gone. I don't think he's going to stay in the Knicks G League. I think he wants to play basketball. I think he did what he did this year to see where it would go, but I don't think he's going to stick around. He's got talent. He's been in the NBA, and he's not a G League player. He's better than a G League player, so I don't expect him to stay with the Knicks. McCullough, Kolick, Huckporty, Moses Brown. I mean, it's not bad. It's just you still need that bona fide guy. I think the Knicks need a named guy to come off that bench who can get buckets. Like I said, you don't have to have a superstar. You just got to get a guy who can score. They got to find that from somewhere. Dante would be enough. Like Dante with the rest of these guys would be fine. They definitely have to find somebody. That's a good point too. Why would they want Mitch when they got Gobert? Yeah. Shout out to you, Wolf Perry. Good to see you. 718 Fresh says the Knicks should move off of Huck Porty. He's always been super injury prone. I don't know enough about his history, but it's definitely something to look at. Knicks have a problem with bringing in these injury prone bigs or guys that get injured a lot, should I say? So yeah, we just need some health and some stability. We'll see. All right. So also, let me do this. I have everything going. Let me get the phone lines going just in case. All right. So the phone lines are up and running as well, just in case anybody wants to call in. You see it. 347-305-7280. Once again, that's 347-305-7280. All right. So all right, let me get the box score up. Right. And let's look at what we did. I hate when I miss some of the Knick game. I don't miss too much of it, but at a certain point I was cooking and I just missed certain things. Stinks. Let's see. Let's share. All right. Let me blow that up a little bit if I can. There we go. Shout out to Paris Duggar, by the way. Salute. He says, "What do you know? When our suffocating coach is forced to, he discovers we do have a bench worthy enough to get minutes. What would Kolik be if he were playing since early January?" I see your point. Drip more in the building, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community. Let's go. What up, Drip more? So, hey, hold on, Parrish. Let me ask you a question. You know something that I see that you've been pretty quiet about, Parrish? A certain power forward that plays for the New York Knicks that you wanted out of here, that you wanted to trade Jimmy Butler for. Remember that guy? You know his name. Oh, man. Who is it? I can't remember. Oh, gee. I get it. I remember. It's Anunoby. OG Anunoby. I see you, Parrish. All right. So let's see how everybody looked, right? First off, we know guys are going to play some high level minutes because of all the injuries. So Josh Hart played 41 minutes. But he shot 5 of 8 from the field. He had 14 rebounds. He had 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 13 points. Can't be mad at the production. It's the type of stuff we've come to grow accustomed to. We're used to it from Josh on a nightly basis for the most part. Yeah, good contribution from Josh. Then OG Anunoby, who played great. He had 31 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, just fantastic. 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Nice. He shot 42% from the field and 30% from 3. So he didn't really have it going. But isn't that a beautiful thing, guys? That he didn't really have his shot falling like water, and he still had 31 points. I like what I'm seeing from OG. He's finding ways to score even when his shot is not like going in as far as someone that's hot. Good to see. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns, who struggled. Unfortunately, he had a little foul trouble. And he just didn't have it going out the gate. He played 32 minutes. He was 6 of 16 from the field, 37%. He was 1 of 3 from 3, 33%, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He finished with 10 rebounds, though, and 14 points, 2 steals, 1 assist. So not great, not terrible, but yeah, he just didn't have it going. And that happens. Guys don't always have it going every night. Macau Bridges had 26 points, 12 of 24 shooting, 2 of 6 from 3. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. That works. Delon Wright, we talked about how impactful he was. He had 10 points in the first quarter. Finished with 12, though. 5 of 9 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Mitchell Robinson had 2 points. He played 18 minutes, but he had 10 rebounds in 18 minutes, 1 steal, and 1 assist. I'm okay with that. That's active. That's what we like to see. Another difference. Landry Shamet had 13 points, guys. 5 of 8 shooting from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 2 assists, 1 steal. And then like I said, we talked about Tyler Kolek. He played 17 minutes. He had 5 points, 5 assists. He only took 4 shots. He was 2 of 4 and 1 of 2 from 3. So we love to get him more involved, but it is what it is. And then Precious Achua played 6 minutes and had no points, 2 rebounds. I can't really say much about that. He just didn't get a chance to play, really. So it is what it is. And how did we do against them? Kyle Kuzma had 20. Giannis had 30. Ryan Rollins had 20. Gary Trent Jr. had 14. That's about right with Gary Trent. And then that's pretty much it. That's all they had. They were definitely missing some scoring from Dame Dollars, but and no Portis. So yeah. But we did enough. We did enough to get the victory. And they shot well though from the field. I mean, they shot 54% from the field and 39% from three. So this is a really interesting victory for the Knicks. The Knicks shot 48% from the field and 36. So we shot worse than them, yet we were able to beat them convincingly. It finished 116-107, but you know, that fourth quarter we had a 20-point lead at one time. It wasn't really close. So that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, let me take a look at the let me see the game charts real quick. They had 16 turnovers. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. That'll do it. 28 to 24 assist wise, 44 to 32 on the rebounding. Yeah, that definitely was the difference. The rebounds and those turnovers. And points in the paint, 44 to 40. The Knicks had the advantage. Second chance points, 15 to 11. And then fast break points, 22 to 18. Yeah, just outwork them, out hustle them because they shot better than us. So shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to the Knicks. Good job. All right. Let me bring my guy up here. Got shot in the building. And let me see. Yeah, Darlene said we had a bad third quarter. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's correct. David Smith says Trae Young's being mentioned if trade talks for this summer and recently joined CAA. Trae Young, elite playmaker, assist leader in NBA, unselfish player with unlimited shooting range. That's fine, but you're not trading Jalen Brunson for Trae Young, buddy. I'm sorry. That's not happening. Now, if Trae Young played defense, I don't know. Maybe as an organization, maybe they'd look at things differently. I still don't think they would do it, but they might consider it. But Trae Young don't play no defense either. And he's got a bad hairdo. That's gotta count for something, right? You can't have a guy with bad hair like that on the team. Am I wrong? Maybe it's just me. Shout out to JM3 in the building. Salute. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, my guy. Hey, shout out to my guy Kev, co-host of Nixon Ish. Please check out Nixon Ish if you haven't already. Dope show, dope content. Good to see you, Kev. Hope you're doing well, guy. I know, doesn't it, Tori? That hair is nuts. I don't even understand how he wakes up in the morning, looks at that, and says, "This is my look. This is what I'm going with today. This is a good one." I don't get it. It's like I feel like he's one of those people that may be balding, right? And knows he's balding. Well, we know he's balding. We've seen the spots. And he just doesn't want to give up what little hair he's got until it's done. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. He's holding on for dear life. Because he could get a nice little Caesar, make it look clean, but then you're gonna see the patches more. I don't know what it is. That hair is wild, man. What's going on, Sha?
What's good? What's going on, Ron? How you doing today, man?
Hanging in there, brother. You know, it's a beautiful Saturday.
Nice day out here in New York City.
Yes. That's why I'm trying to get this show maybe another hour and get up out of here.
I feel you. I'm glad I came on early then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you know it's we don't get a lot of these days. So when we do, like I said, I wasn't joking when I said it earlier. A lot of these days be falling on days when we have to be at work, right? And then when we got our time off, the days be horrible. So yeah, we got to take them, man. Especially now, because you know when we hit April showers, bring the Mayflowers, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I just did my I guess you want to call it the studio. Redid everything in a different place, so it's looking real crisp right now. So I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah, your green screen looks crisp. Looks Solid. Yes. Yes, sir.
What's going on with you though, Ron? How you like that game the other night, man?
I mean, listen, I'm not mad at it. I like the fact that Thibs hit us with the curveball by starting Delon Wright. I thought that, but I understand it. I feel like when you're watching it, it's the right move, and it worked out for him because Delon came to play offensively too. So yeah, it looks good. I guess the only thing that I wish I really wanted Kolek to get more minutes. Like I want to see him get comfortable out there with a good amount of minutes to see what else he can do. Even if you know that, because the flip side of it too is, you know that when all these guys come back healthy, Kolek, Delon Wright, these guys ain't going to be able to get no minutes. It's just not enough to go around. So I want him to get his chance, but I get why, Delon has been sitting. Delon is an NBA player that has been on NBA teams. So he deserves it in his own right too. I just want it. I don't know. I just want Kolek to get that love as well.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from with that because it would all this could have been, a lot of what people talk about Kolek getting time could have been solved a little early in the season when Shaman wasn't there. But once that didn't happen, Tom Thibodeau looks down that bench and he didn't see Kolek in none of that future. Now, at least he gets a look down the bench. Now, when he looks down the bench, he can be like, I could put Kolek in here so he can stabilize the defense, give me a couple of extra passes now, some good shots for our shooters. So now he gets a good look. He'll probably have much more time next year when some of these guys may not be on the team, which I'm hoping for. I know it's gonna. I don't know anything, but I'm assuming that we won't have 2 or 3 of the guys that we have on the second unit next year, and Kolek can fill in one of those roles of backup point guard. But he did look good when he was out there. That is true, and I appreciated what he did. And like you said, a curveball was such a curveball, man, because I thought that he would have started Josh Hart and maybe move Mitchell Robinson into the start and move Mitchell Robinson into the starting lineup. I thought that would have been a great look, but evidently he didn't do it, and it worked out to be to a benefit. And plus, Thibs is kind of everybody don't pay attention, but Delon was the trade for Sims. That's why Delon was out there is knocking down shots.
Right. I was going to say that. I was like, because it's good. Kolek gets to go back home, right? It would have been nice to see him start in Milwaukee, but the flip side is it's also big for Delon too. So they both had some interest in showing out in Milwaukee. So, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Yeah. It worked out, though. It surely worked out. He looked good. He knocked down some shots. He knocked down some big shots, some momentum shots. So that was good for him to get out there and control the business. Play some good defense out there, a couple of good plays, a couple of steals in the passing lane. So he looked good, and he may, if Deuce is not coming back, that may be the next game or something like that tomorrow. So he looked good, and I hope that he can continue this because we need all the help we can get. Closer, the more wins we get, the closer we get to 50.
Right, 100%. I'm with you on that. Shout out to Cowboys in the building. Let's go. What's going on, lady? Hope you doing well. Have a great day on your end. And I'm sure you probably not even in New York. To Cowboys, maybe you in a nice weather area already. But if you are in New York, enjoy the weather. Said Ron, what's up? I'll be damned. I didn't get the notification. Shake my head. No, this is not on your fault. I had some technical difficulties earlier with the show, so I started late. So if there was, when that happens, it throws off the notification. So you wouldn't have gotten notified. It just has to start, and hopefully you jump in and see it on. Yeah, my internet was tripping, man. And my Wi-Fi was all over the place. But it looks like it's working good now. They gave me a new boost or whatever, and so whatever. It is what it is. Took forever, but it's working. Shout out to Miguel P. in the building. Salute to you. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Says salute to Ron, Shaw, Andios, and the chat. Peace and blessings to everyone. Good to see you. Yeah, so the other thing too is, how do you feel about the fact that Macau was like, OG's been super aggressive, but Macau was very aggressive with his shots. He usually doesn't put up that many shots. He was letting it fly. How'd you feel about that?
He does it in spurts. Like he's a guy that can take over a game at any given time on this team, and he does it. He's just not like the first time that I've seen him do it. He has done it consistently this whole year with big games where he needed to pick up the points and makes him his mid range is lethal. I really appreciate what he's doing, and I think that he this is going to be more so. Especially, we needed him to step up. You know what I mean? We needed him to step up. We need the OG to step up, and we need the cat to step up. You know what I mean? Those are our three big dependable guys for the last umpteen months. You know what I mean? Everyone talks about Macau, but he may have some up and down games, but he's steadily 50% from the field goal percentage. He's about 40% from 3-point land. You know what I mean? He cranking up about 16 points on a bad night. He's 16 points. I don't think it's really too many games I've seen him under 10 points this year. So he could, and some games he gets the extras. He gets a crazy assist. I think not too many games ago he had like 9 assists. Then he'll go to another game, he'll get 2 assists and 7 rebounds. You know what I mean? So he mixes it up. He always getting steals, almost a block a game. So I don't have no. I know he can do it, and that's for me. I was one of the big. I really wanted him to come over here even when there was no way that he could come over here when DiVincenzo was here. I was like, yeah, we need to get him over here, get that Villanova connection, and get it all popping off and all that stuff. So he has done everything I needed him to see this year, man. And I think he's going to be a big cog for us in the playoffs coming down the stretch, man. Especially the way he's shooting the ball now, and he's driving to the basket real hard now. So that's another part of a game that we haven't seen that slashing. He gets the slashes to the basket, but now he's dribbling to the basket. That's a big pickup that if you don't pay attention, you won't notice it.
Yeah, because outside of that 1 month, and I forget which one, whether it was November or December, outside of that 1 month that was dreadful for Macau, he's been very consistent, efficient. He's been very efficient with his shooting. Yes, we know he's inconsistent. Sometimes he has the bad games here and there, and they can kind of the bad thing about him is not that he has bad games, because everybody has bad games here and there. It's just that when he goes on bad stretches, it can last maybe 2, sometimes even 3 games. That's the bad thing with him. But then I guess we just got to look at him like he's a streaky player. Maybe that's who he is. We've had streaky players in the past. John Starks was a streaky player.
First one I thought about.
J.R. Smith was a streaky player. Like we've had streaky players, and it is what it is, man. And yet we were able to have success with both of those guys on teams. You got to have more consistent players around them, and guys have to step up. And there's ways to do that. So, but I like what's going on right now, and I like the fact that they are believing in themselves. I guess what I'm really going to be paying attention to over the next 9 games or so is looking at Thibs and seeing how he controls the game, what his maneuvers are, what he's doing out there. Is he calling the right plays? Because to me, this is like more of a practice to see what he's going to look like in the playoffs. Because I think that's what it all boils down to. Like the problem that I had with Thibs is that even when I do see that he makes strides to do different things and open things up, when he gets into the playoffs, he kind of closes back up again because he's like, this is time to win. Can't be experimenting. He gets kind of like caught up in the box, and he doesn't open up anymore, and he gets closed off. He doesn't make a lot of adjustments. He tries to keep everything simple, which I guess if you're trying to teach somebody something or being a coach and trying to figure out what's the best way to get your thoughts and your words out to a player so that they don't think too much and just go out there and act. Maybe that's a smart way to think about it. But we know in the ever-changing game of basketball, the way all these teams are playing these days, you can't just go out there and be vanilla. You got to have some flavors. Okay, it's just got to be a little different. So, like I said, I'm watching these next games to see how it looks. But I hope he understands, man. We've been through the playoffs. He's had adversity, but we need to figure out ways to do stuff and switch stuff up a little bit here and there if it needs be. If everything's working out fine, then you don't got to touch nothing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's the one big thing about Thibs' roster and the way he puts the rotations in. You can almost textbook it almost every game. And if the guys come in, what makes a big difference in Tom Thibodeau lineup, if the guy comes in and plays his position and does what he has to do, you have a very good onset of what the game is going to be like. Like last night, Shamuth went bananas last night. You know what I mean? He was knocking down 3-point shots, jump shots, playing defense. That's Tom Thibodeau's that's Tom Thibodeau's rotation when he puts them in against those second units that helps the Knicks win games. And the implementation. I mean, when he implemented Tyler Kolek in there, didn't do much last night, but he did get 5 points and 5 assists. That's very big for a young man like that. 5 points, 5 assists on an NBA court against an NBA team that you're probably going to be going match up with in the playoffs this year. That was very big for him, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of glad that he limited his minutes a little bit because he could have got overwhelmed, maybe. And I mean, he is still a rookie. He is 22 and he played 4 years in college, but he is not. He is in the NBA now. And I mean, it's no boys allowed. That's the slogan that used to go around, you know what I mean? And he got to come in there and he looks a little more beefy. He looks a little chunkier and stuff like that. His face gets a little bit more red he gets really into the game. His face gets so flustered, and I like to see this stuff for him. And like I said, if he could have started maybe early in the year when Shaman was down, it might be a different outcome coming down the stretch. Now he'll be more prepared. But a slow roll is not a bad roll for him right now. So, not to break his stride or break his momentum or hurt his ego by getting out there and get beat down by some of these great point guards and stuff like that. So bringing them along slow is not a bad thing.
No, I agree with that. I'm with you on that. And the other thing too is like he's still building up that confidence again. Even the players that don't look like it's affecting them that much. Everybody goes through confidence moments where you just a little off. Something doesn't feel quite right. You feel like this. You go to practice, you're knocking the shot down 10 times out of 10. And all of a sudden you're playing in the game and you miss it. You just have to continue to build off of that. And I think he's been struggling a little bit with that. But like I said last night, it was good to see him hit that 3 and then get that 2. But he didn't have a lot of opportunities to really get going. But it looked good to see him go out there and hit those couple shots. So hopefully going forward, he'll continue to be able to get these opportunities for now. And build off of it, because the one thing we saw about Kolek is early he was doing a lot of things like preseason wise, and then in the G League he was able to experiment, going up and under, doing different things with his hands. But when you watched him last night, it seemed like he was very limited. Looked like he could only go left. He had no right hand. Like it just seemed like he is very limited. But I hope that he can get out of that and get back to being comfortable again, because that'll just open up things for him passing wise as well as his game. Shout out to our guy Knicks Real Talk, my brother Divine in the building. The other half of Knicks Real Talk with my bro Shao right here. Salute to you, Divine. Always good to see you, my brother. Appreciate you. Hope you are doing well on this Saturday. Let's go Knicks, man. I know you guys are gonna do your post game about everything and how that pops off. Appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for everything you do out there in these streets. Kev says Macau doesn't get enough credit on the defense. I agree. I think we take it for granted, man. And Macau has shown us some big time stops, big time plays. I don't know. Maybe we spoiled sometimes. When he does it, we just expect him to do it, but we don't give him credit because nobody else is doing it. So got to give him some love for how he does play on defense. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Knicks will be 2025 26 champs is in the building. He says, what's good, people? What's going on? Good to see you, and thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Also, shout out to everybody who's joined the Discord today. Thank you for showing the Discord some love. It definitely helps the channel, but also helps the work and the effort that L Dammit has put in to get the Discord up and running. To give us another place where we can have some place to talk about. I know it may be far, and some people who don't know anything about Discord is like, what is that? And it's weird. Like that's why I come to YouTube. But Discord is just another place to be able to chat it up and talk. And sometimes there might be moments where you can jump into a party and we can chat, like you can chat one-on-one with myself or whoever, fellow Knicks fans. And rather than having to type all the time, and it's just amongst us, so you don't have to worry about it being broadcast on YouTube to everybody. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there as well. Hold on. You know what it is. Shout out to my guy, Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said, worthy, big up to OG for learning the traits of Jimmy by crossing over through the body of retreating defenders when driving for power and success at the rim. All right. I like that, Paris. That's what I'm talking about, man. You was hard on him. You wanted him out of here for Jimmy, but you can recognize when he stepped up and done the damn thing. So shout out to you, Paris, for being honorable when it comes to OG and him taking a step forward. Yeah. Yeah. We appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to everybody once again. Okay. Oh, we got another super chat.
You know what it is.
Shout out to Parrish. Once again, Triple OG has found something to ascend his star. Okay. All right. We like it. We like it. Yeah, I mean, OG, he deserves a little love too, man, because he has been like outside of everybody, he is having to work hard. Because, like I said, when it comes to Macau just seems like more of a natural scorer. You don't have to do he just go. I mean, he works, but it just comes to him a little bit more naturally. The way he moves, because he moves like a long guard, because he's linky. But OG's a little bigger body. He doesn't have the greatest handle. So when he gets to the rim or does certain things, he got to work harder to do it. So shout out to OG, man. And shout out to the chat, all of you guys, 83 people on YouTube. We got 10 on X and some on Facebook. Shout out to Fred Lee. Appreciate you, Uncle Fred. Shout out to Lita Franklin on Facebook as well. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Please smash that like button if you haven't already for the show. Appreciate you. Yeah, yes. Knicks Real Talk with the Crims black robe. I like that. Salute. David Smith says it's a shame to take injuries to force Thibs to try other players. Stubborn out there. I mean, listen. Yeah, that's why. Like when someone says give him credit for playing certain players, I'm not going to do that because he has to. He got no choice. He's down 3 guards, so he's got to figure out a way to replace those guys. Now, when you say give him credit for putting Delon Wright in the starting lineup, I can give him credit for that. That's a little bit of a move right there. I wasn't expecting it, so I give him credit when it's due, when it's warranted, and we give him credit because obviously the Knicks have made the playoffs again 4 out of the last 5 years. They have another winning season. So you got to give Thibs credit for changing the culture and making us a winning product. And that's where it is. As far as how far we can go with this roster under Thibs, that we don't know. Like I said, people want to say we won't go anywhere because of the way he is. I say you got to give him the whole year. You got to give him a playoffs with the healthy squad to see what he can do. And I think they can do some fun things. I think if everybody's healthy with Brunson, with Mitchell Robinson there, I think the Knicks can go pretty far. I think they can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I still think that.
Facts.
So we'll see what happens. That being said, I wonder what you guys think about this. Do you feel like, I mean, maybe some people have brought this up before, and I'm not necessarily thinking about this year. I'm thinking about next year going forward. There's plenty of stuff we can talk about this season and the playoffs and stuff. But I'm just wondering, we already talked about the fact that Campaign most likely won't be here next year. Precious Achiuwa most likely won't be here next year. Who knows, but most likely. And Landry Shamet, unless he goes into his best Dante DiVincenzo impersonation, most likely he won't be here next year either. But you never know. I mean, Shamet looked like he felt really good about himself yesterday. That was the first time I seen Shamet like that hype about his shot. I don't know. Maybe it turned something on, but I don't know. I'm holding my breath on that. Most likely Shamet won't be here next year. So that's 3 openings that most likely will be available. We'll see. But outside of them adding somebody to the team, would you ever consider, or do you ever think it would be smart to consider a backcourt of Brunson and Kolek? I mean, because that's defensively, that is rough, right? And size-wise, that's rough. I mean, Kolik's about 6'3", 6'4" anyway, but you know what I mean.
I mean, Thibs does run a small lineup at times with Brunson and Deuce. I mean, so the size is not probably a problem. It's more so on the defense. You know what I mean? In my opinion. If Kolik can start, he's trying. He's stepping in front. He's sliding to the side. He's moving he's doing that side to sides and all that stuff. He's looking okay at defense. I mean, he's not getting blown by. I mean, at least I haven't seen him get blown by aggressively. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Backing up to the basket when someone's driving is totally different than staying in front of a player. You know what I mean? Off a crossover. You know, if he cross you over, then he drives on you. That's a different than giving help defense when someone's coming down the lane. So if it could be possible to see something like that. I don't know if they will both start. You know what I mean? I don't know if they both start, but it is possible to see them on the court together. I mean, Thibs. Remember when we was at that thing with the Brews thing, and we looked over at each other. I said, Tom Thibodeau like that small lineup. You know what I mean? And that was part of Brunson and Deuce. You know what I mean? And I think it's possible, but to start, unless Kolik goes super nuclear and starts, knocking down 15 assists and 8, 9, 10 points or something like that, it is possible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there because I know somebody had brought that up in the past, and so I was just wondering what you think about it, what the chat thinks about it. I see Tori says no way. Miguel says no. Kev likes it, I think. Jeffrey says Brunson and Deuce, not Kolik. Okay. Tori says him and Deuce, not Kolik. Okay. Kolik coming off the bench when Brunson's out, he's in. I got it. Okay. I mean, listen, I'm not opposed to it. I like it. And the only way I would even like to see that is not to start games, but like in the course of a game, as the Knicks are flowing, as they have other defensive pieces in there, because the only way I would think that a lineup could run that way is if the people coming off the bench are very defensive oriented. You know how like some teams got players that are slash offense, slash defense all throughout the lineup. If the Knicks were built that way, I could see it happen. It wouldn't matter because you always got somebody that can play defense coming in for Kolik or Brunson. You already got defensive players in there with them. So like, even if they get off to a little bit of a slow start, you got somebody to kind of change the pace right away. Knicks aren't built that way right now. So I don't see how it works for them. But in the course of a game, I could see it being interesting to watch Kolik run the offense and watch Brunson play off Kolik, watch Kolik get Brunson some good looks, like, try to dribble, drive, and dish, get somebody the ball, but, Brunson could rotate around the perimeter and get a nice wide open shot for a three. I could see the flip side of that being pretty interesting. Jeffrey says Tyler will assume Campaign's role next year, hopefully. I agree with that. I think that's where the Knicks envision him, as long as they can continue to grow defensively and people buy in, because there are some hiccups within this defensive unit right now. But they've been playing overall pretty good. Like, as much as we say there's things, like if you look at, that's the thing with numbers and stats. Numbers wise, they look like they're improving, but we watch the game. We can see where there's some defensive lapses either way. And shout out to Jeffrey. He said, blessings to the great panel. Awesome show. Ron is like a sports radio icon. Smoothest. Come on, man. Stop it. What else? No, I'm just joking. Anyway, appreciate you, Jeff. Yeah, David Smith said the Grizzlies just fired their coach for season underperformance. Serious franchise do that. I mean, yeah, okay. That's fine. But the Grizzlies, problem here is the Knicks are built to win now, right? To try to contend. Are the Grizzlies built to contend right now? I don't know. They had the squad that I thought could contend, but they lost a couple pieces. So I don't know. And unfortunately, during those times, Ja dealt with some injuries and or suspensions, so they couldn't really maximize during those times. Because I don't think the Grizzlies are performing well, they're playing well, but I don't think this Grizzlies team is better than Grizzlies teams I've seen before with Ja. So that's something to think about. Is that the coach's fault? I don't know why the coach got fired, to be honest. Seems like there's something else going on there, because you rarely see a coach get fired with a winning record.
And this at the end of the season like this, that is
that's very, maybe the coach had some issues with management. He was fed up. They were fed up about something. That's just, they're 44-29, right? In 5th place. I don't know. That's they're 5-5 in their last 10. I don't see anything that warrants him getting fired. There's something else going on there, guys. I don't know. I don't know his contract. No, even if that, they just let him play it out. No, something else is going on. Something happens there. Something happened. Yeah, something happened there. We'll find out later. Something's going on there. Shout out to Clovins Duris in the building. Says that, Ron, what's your thoughts on the Memphis? Oh, well, yeah, I guess I'm just talking about it. Yeah, 5th seed in the West, only 9 games left, and had tons of injuries. If he can get fired, Thibs is definitely on the hot seat. But the difference is the New York organization doesn't look at the team the same way other organizations look at their team. And Leon Rose is not a quick snap to judgment type of president, whatever. He's not going to just do that. Like, once again, they have a good relationship. I think, and most people I think would think, that given the circumstances with the Memphis Grizzlies, something else is going on with that coach and organization. Like, something else is going on there that we don't know about, but there's some bad blood or something, because people just don't do that. And he didn't do anything to warrant that according to how they're playing. So something personal is happening there. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Get all congested with me. Wiz says this is back to the Kolek and Brunson thing starting. He said no, defense would suffer too much only during special situations. I agree with that. If Kolek improves shooting wise, he could be a weapon. I agree with that too. Shout out to Johnny Davis. Nostalgic Nick says hire Grizzlies coach as an assistant. I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, I don't think he was a bad coach at all. But then again, I don't know what's going on over there. So come on, Craig. Come on, man. Listen, I know you guys heard me last week. I was on the fire Thibs train, and I'm not telling you I'm off that, but just remember what I said. I said, if he does not make adjustments, if he refuses to play people that are sitting on his bench that are healthy because he just wants to play these guys 7-8 man rotation 40 plus minutes, I'm not happy with that. If he doesn't make the proper changes to know when something's not going right and he can go somewhere else on the bench and get help, he's going to continue to do that. If he's not going to try to make the right call to improve on the defense, the same issues that we've been having, then yes, he's got to go. But I also said that I want to give him a chance because I've seen him do things the right way in the past. I don't know why he's not now. Now, I will say last night's game, I didn't see a lot of bad coaching. I thought the coaching was good. I thought the decision to start Delon Wright was interesting. So I'm going to just chalk that up as an okay game from Thibs. We got to see what happens against Portland. Every game is different. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. We'll see what happens. It depends on how we play these next 9 games. And it definitely depends on how we go into the playoffs. If I see the same frustrating Thibs stuff that I saw before, then I would say the Knicks have to make a move. But until I see it, I'm not gonna, say right now to do it. I'm saying in the off season, if I don't see the changes, because Thibs could go into the playoffs and all of a sudden out coach the opposing coach, right? I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it could happen. And if he does that, then we're gonna be looking at him and we have to give him praises because, like, yeah, he pushed the right buttons, and that's gonna help us get the victories. We'll see. Let's give it some some time. Shout out to Crazy Giant fan in the building. Imagine a lineup of Brunson, Deuce, OG, Giannis, Mitch, trade Bridges, Cat, Huck Porty for Lopez, and salaries match it. Worked on the trade machine. Oh, boy. Brunson, Deuce, OG, Giannis, and Mitch. I don't know how this is better. Trade Bridges, Cat, Huck Porty for Lopez and Giannis. I mean, you get Lopez, but I don't know if you guys noticed, Lopez ain't the same Lopez that used to dominate.
37, man.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like
he come through every so often. I think he had a good game the other day. I was watching. I think he had like 25, 27, 29 points, something like that. He had a good shooting game, but he is definitely not the Lopez of Brooklyn days or anything like that.
Or even the Lopez that was giving the Knicks fits in Milwaukee.
5
like
years ago.
He's older now. I don't know, man. But I don't know if this team, Brunson, Deuce, OG, Giannis, and I don't know if we're that much better than we are now. I mean, and I'm saying that because you're talking about getting rid of Cat and Bridges. I don't know. I mean, if you told me Brunson, Bridges, OG, Giannis, and Mitch, I maybe could say that could be interesting. But I don't know if we're better in the way you proposed it. But I understand the trade machine, the salaries matching and everything. So I know that's why you did it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's tough.
Let me see. Brunson, Deuce.
I'll be honest with you guys. I love Deuce, right? I love Deuce as a player. I love Deuce as a person. I'm not sold on Deuce as that guy right now. Not after seeing how he's kind of struggled this season. Now, some people might say this is due to injury because he's been injured a lot throughout the season. So maybe that's why he hasn't looked like the Deuce we saw last year. But even that Deuce, guys, that was the first time we saw that Deuce that way. So we don't know, will the real Deuce stand up? We don't know who that Deuce is yet. Like, you got to give him time to put it all together. I don't know if I could say Deuce has earned being a starting shooting guard on the team. That's tough. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I know he has the ability to knock down a shot. And he plays good defense. But is he that guy? Is he the knock it down guy? Oh, man. I want to see him be there, but I don't know.
I'm not 100% on that. I mean, it's not to say that we haven't seen that lineup plenty of times with Deuce and Brunson on the court together. You know what I mean? And Deuce is a little different because he can play defense, and you can put Deuce in at the 2 because he is more of a 2 than he is a point guard. But you do have someone else that can control the basketball. But you're giving up Deuce for Macau, if that's the case. And I mean, you give it up Deuce for Macau. I don't know if I'm doing that. And I mean, I like Deuce too, man. I really do like Deuce, but I think Macau, for me, with the height, with the length, and with the way he shoots and penetrates, and he's killing the mid range. I don't know if I would give Macau up for Deuce. But then again, next year, Deuce will be able to drive to the basket a little bit more. He'll start using the mid-range a little better. His arms will get a little longer. You know what I mean? He'll keep his hair braided more than he keeps it out and stuff. I don't know, So it is possible. But Deuce, Macau and Cat for Giannis and Lopez. You said they said the trade was Giannis and Lopez?
Yeah.
So that means Lopez. I mean, that makes our bench stronger because Lopez would probably come off the bench. You know what I mean? With Mitch being a starter, so that would definitely make our bench stronger. And we still keep Josh Hart, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be Josh Hart and Lopez in the second unit. So I mean, I mean, then now we have to fill up the lineup now. Now we got to fill up the bench and all that stuff. But the backup court, those 7 guys that you're talking about right now, is not a bad starting, 7. And I mean, you got to get 2 more guys in there. I mean, I guess we could fill them in with whoever we got on the bench, but whoever we don't trade. But
you would save a little money because you don't have to give Macau an extension. But I would assume that Giannis is making that cap money, so that 60 million mark is probably right there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you would save a little money with Macau. That's about it. Yeah, you'd have to go out and still add something to that bench. And the crazy thing is, I'm saying the starting lineup doesn't look as sexy to me. I don't like it as much, but you could make the team overall better if you add some pieces to the bench. But I don't know, man. I really don't think that the Knicks want to play musical chairs with their center and Cat. I think Cat has done nothing that warrants him getting traded somewhere else for someone else. Everything seems nicer and greener somewhere else until you get there. So I mean, it seems like Giannis is unhappy with Milwaukee, and maybe he'd want to leave there, but we never know. And I hate to have the Knicks be in those situations where they're always used in talks, because that's what happens. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's tough. But I could see it like overall. You could, like I said, there's always a way to make the team better. And even if now, like even with this team, next season we'll be in a position that we can make some, different moves, different changes to the team and make them better than they are now. So just got to give us some time, because right now they're just a little cap struck. But and we all know, I think this was already something that was a given, that everybody knows the cap is going up an extra 10%, which most teams already knew about. And so it's official. The NBA told all of the owners that the team's caps will be going up an extra 10% with the new TV rights and all that stuff kicking in. So that's going to help the Knicks too. We're talking about an extra, I think it actually comes out to be like an extra 10 million or so. So we'll see. Shout out to Rasul Thomas. Good to see you. Said Lopez is old and slow. Yeah, and that's who he is now. And he ain't getting any faster. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you here. Miguel P says Thibs creates his positional hierarchy in November and it stays locked for the season. The only reason you are seeing some flexibility is because he has no choice, right? Because of the injuries. And this is kind of what I'm thinking too. If the Knicks do trade for DiVincenzo, I do think Deuce will be involved in that. I like Deuce too, Margaret. But if you want to get DiVincenzo and keep Macau, keep OG, keep Hart, who do you give up? We're not even talking about Brunson and Cat.
Deuce,
right? It's got to be Deuce and something else. So, that's just what it is. I mean, it's, the only tough thing is, like, who do you think plays better? Fully healthy, Deuce or DiVincenzo? I don't know. I mean, I think DiVincenzo, but because when we looked at the numbers last year, no, I was just going to say, we looked at the numbers last year, DiVincenzo ranked in the top 20 in guards on defense. Maybe even higher than that. But I just don't want to give him the wrong number. I think I saw him top 15, but like I said, I don't want to give him the wrong number. But for the safe part, let's say top 20 in guards. It says a lot. What were you going to say, Shah?
He definitely was one of the players last year that really can get the shot up. And I don't want to say we struggle with it now because Macau tries and OG is starting to do it a little bit more, but we don't have a player that shoots about 10 3-pointers a night. And DiVincenzo definitely was guaranteed for shooting about 10 3-pointers a night. You know what I mean? While his percentage was so high. He would hit four out of 10. That'd be 40%. He would really get it up in the air, and his point of attack defense was really good. You know what I mean? Can Deuce get to that level? I don't know. Can he get up 10 shots a game? I don't know. If he did get 10 shots of a game, could he be in the qualifications of 4 out of 10 a game? It's possible. He has a clean shot. He really can. He can shoot the ball, especially if he's open. You know what I mean? He's not going to other arenas and you hearing people call out his name when he shoot a 3-point shot for nothing. So he is a valid shooter when he go there. He go to any arena and you hear them screaming out Deuce when he's shooting those 3-point shots. So that means that they feel that he's going to knock it down when he shoots. So, but if we were thinking about DiVincenzo, DiVincenzo is 6'5", I think 6'4", 6'5". That's the biggest thing. You know what I mean? He could rebound the ball. He could drive a little bit like Deuce can. Deuce can drive to the basket. He's done it more this year. He's been a little stagnant because of the height going into the hole, getting blocked and stuff like that. DiVincenzo is more of a leaper. So, with those little things that you talk about, if we want DiVincenzo to come back, Deuce and somebody else, and somebody else is going to be in that deal to get it back. Who else and what else we can give up to get it back? Because DiVincenzo's making about $20 million. Deuce is only making what, $4 or $5 million. So who else we put in that deal to get Deuce? To get DiVincenzo back.
Yeah, that's a good question. I understand why someone threw Mitch in there because of the money, but it's just like, why would Minnesota doesn't want Mitch?
No,
not just just to get the deal done. It just doesn't fit.
If that was the case, they would have did it. They would have did it with the instead of DiVincenzo, they would have did it with Randall. That's who I thought the deal was going to be.
You're right. And Crim's dad said there will need to be a lot more for them to give up Dante now. Correct, because Dante has been better for them now. Yeah. So, yep, very true. Shout out to you. Shout out to Stacks _different timing in the building. Dante is not coming back. The Knicks can't afford him unless they trade him for Mitch. At Minnesota doesn't need Mitch. Honestly, I don't think Dante's going to be able to come back either. But I think you never say never, only because we weren't that happy with Macau's overall play. So I could have seen them moving Macau, bringing Dante back in something else, and also avoiding having to give him his extension. So I could have saw that. That's why I wasn't saying it wouldn't happen. But now that Macau is kind of playing better and he's a little bit more consistent and bought in, you hope it continues. I don't think there's any reason why they would get rid of him. But I don't see how there's any way to get Dante either. I just don't know where the money would come from. Deuce makes 17 milli. Where that at? No, we talk about per season. Dante makes that type of money per season. That money don't match up. Deuce got a $12 million contract for 4 years, I think, or 3 years. I don't know, one or the other. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. I can't see it. Let me see what we're at here with this. Oh, guys, yeah. Oh, so smash that like button if you haven't already done so. We're at 52 likes. We got 100, over 100 people watching right now. Please smash the like button for the show. Thank you for your help and appreciate you guys, man. You know how the algorithm be. So Deuce makes only 2 to 3 mil per year. So that means he's on the 3 year.
Dang.
Yeah, so he's on a 4-year contract. That's what it is. 4-year, 12 million. Yeah, that's a good deal, man. That's why it's tough to even move Deuce, bro. Like, damn, we getting that for this? I can't do it. Ooh-wee. Oh, it's 3 year 13? Oh, so it is 4. It's 4, like it's 4.25 or something. Yeah, all right. Either way, That's still a very good deal for a player of Deuce, like what Deuce is giving you for that amount of money. That's great. And the other thing too is when Deuce's contract is up, his money's going to go up too. He ain't going to be giving you like, say what you will about him having some tough games this year, but he's still going to be worth more going forward than what he's currently making. That was a bargain. That bargain is over. Let me see here. Oh, and you know what? That's a good question. Out of sight, out of mind. Let's go take a look at what Dante's doing, because I'm just curious where he's at right now. Because I know I don't follow them as closely as I should, maybe. All right, let me share this with you guys so you guys know what he's been doing too, because I think I was. I just okay. There it is. Yeah. Am I tripping? Where is it? All right. So, all right. He's currently averaging 11.7 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 3.8 assists. But that's not what we want to see. We want to look at these game logs, see how he's been putting it down lately. 13-5, 9-4, 13, 3, 11 and 7, 19, 3, 11 and 7, 14 and 5, 10 and 6, 17 and 3, 15 and 4, 16 and 12 and 8, 24 and 2. Got to tell you, this is very similar to Deuce.
Facts.
So I don't know. Sometimes the grass ain't always, is what it looks like. It's, greener or whatever. But like I said, I still wouldn't mind having Dante because I know what Dante can do. But and look, he's not like he's playing a couple minutes, 25 minutes, 23, 23, 24, 32. How many shots he's getting up? 9, 13, 10, 9, 16, 9, 11, 10, 10, 13. Good amount of shots. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. As much as we want Dante back, is it really worth it? He seems to be, for what he's doing right now, and he looks like he's playing good minutes and he's getting good shots for his contract. I don't know. I don't know if the Knicks could afford a Dante, and especially, Deuce could give us this. So yeah, man, I don't know, guys. When you look at the numbers, see, that's why I wanted to take a look. It hurts to say it, but I don't know about the Dante thing right now. Might have to say no on that one.
And one of the big things why IQ is not here and why Quentin Grimes is not here, in my opinion, is because of Deuce. What they seen Deuce doing and coming around and doing things like that, it was a little bit easier to let those guys go, knowing that you had Deuce, especially with that contract that he got. And I mean, IQ right now is what, 20-something million a year. Grimes is probably close to 10, 12 million a year. I'm not sure, maybe even less than that. He might be 8 to 12 million, somewhere in that range. I mean, so for what they gave up for the small forward, the shooting guard, point guard / point guard, and IQ and in Grimes, they get an Deuce at a cheaper rate with the same intensity on the defense and can shoot the ball with the best of them.
True. And in fairness, the thought of what Dante was making was a little bit inflated too. Dante's not making that much money. He's not making, so that brings it a little closer. He's actually making 11 million this year, 11 and a half next year, and he's still on the contract for 2 more years too. That's something else to think about. After this year, he's going to make 12 million next year. He's going to make 12 and a half the following year. So he's not making no 20 mil or even close to that. So it's not as bad as we thought, but Deuce isn't enough to get it done. So you'd have to trade something else. And I don't know if the Knicks would even want to do that. There's not a lot of guys on the Knicks bench that they can even move, right? If Payne comes off, if Achua comes off, if Shamet comes off, who do you have to even trade for a guy like Dante? You know, you would have Deuce, but Deuce is only around $4 million. You still got to make up for another $8 million or so. From where? With who? Right? Kolek makes $6 million. Oh, but you don't want to do that. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I just think the Dante thing is a little bit tough to figure out how to make that happen. But like I said, I do think that the Knicks should consider, if they can do it, to do it and keep these guys, because I think they need Dante to go along with these guys. They don't need Dante instead of, you know, we need more help. We don't need to get rid of. But, you know, that's something to think about. Get that out of here.
Yeah, there may be a way. You know how the Knicks know how to wheel and deal, man, and maybe they can sign some of these two-way players that are here now, and give them a contract and then move them on. Since the money is kind of close, I mean, would you rather see everybody would love to see DiVincenzo here, and he would probably come back over here and start. You know what I mean? So then if you're talking about Deuce and Brunson in the starting lineup, yeah, I would probably like to see DiVincenzo in the starting lineup with Brunson. So, the money now that you said $11 million to $4 million, now you only got to make up what $6 million or so. $6 million and a couple of.
It would be 8 because you would be going into the following year. So next year he's supposed to make 12.
Okay,
yeah,
12. So yeah, so all right. So you're looking at $8 million or $9 million and 3 second-round draft picks or something like that. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
They could make it work but the whole thing is, and I at first I thought, because I know Dante has been playing better. He's had a couple good moments over there, but when you look at his numbers, he hasn't done anything like spectacular where Minnesota would be like, no, we definitely not traded Dante. Like he just, I could see if you gave them a deal that would work for them, they would do it. Hey, now I hear you, Animal Lex, but remember, he did that with us in our system under Tom Thibodeau. So I realized the importance of having him here. Like I said, I told you guys, I want Dante back. I'm mad that they had to put him in the trade to get Cat, but I understand. And he's a big difference in why this bench stinks. Maybe stinks is too harsh. No, it does. It's not good. But he's a big reason why we need help. You just got to figure out how to do it. And don't forget, even with the cap going up, the Knicks still have to stay under that second apron, because they realize once they hit that second apron, they're stuck. There's teams that are pissed off right now. They're upset. Boston's upset. I saw something the other day. One of these other teams that's in the second apron, they're upset because they feel like that the NBA imposing the second apron is hurting teams, and it's unfair. So yeah, you don't want to get into that second apron. It's not where you want to be. So we'll see going forward, man. But I look, you tell me next year that Payne's gone, Shamet's gone, and Precious is gone. Right. And then Kolek becomes a bigger piece off the bench. You can go out there and I don't know this, but you can keep Deuce and you can find the way to go out there and bring in Dante. I'm not mad at that. And you still got Mitch on the team. You still got some of these rookie guys that'll be going into their second year that you can figure out who to use. I honestly think, some might disagree with me, but as long as he can stay healthy, I think Kevin McCullough Jr. is the best player we got coming off the bench. I think he's better than Pacom Dadier. I don't think it's really a question. I think Pacom has some defensive chops. I think he's got a good jump shot. He can score, but I think he's very streaky. Even when I watched him highlights, he's very streaky. I just think McCullough Jr. is just a guy who can play defense like a mini OG, mini Macau type defender. Not quite to their level, but he can get there maybe one day, but right now he's not there. But he can play decent defense and he can drop 18 points per game. That's what he did in college, because he's got he's got more than just a 3-point game. He got a mid-range. He can drive to the basket. If you guys notice, when he shot the shot the other day, when he got his first basket as a New York Knick, he threw it off the glass. Did you guys notice that he spun it off the glass? I was like, what is this? Interesting. So Kevin McCullough Jr. is the one guy that I'm very interested in now. The problem with him is that he's got a history of injuries. And that last injury that he's recovering from now was a pretty bad one. So we don't know about the official wear and tear on his body in the NBA. But I think he's the most special guy we got coming off the bench. I mean, outside of Kolek, you know what Kolek does, but I think Kevin McCullough Jr. is special. I think he's the diamond in the rough. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think that he might have it. Just saying. All right. So let me see here. Did I put the invite out there? I think I did. I don't know. Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm tripping. Just in case. David Smith says, I think the Clippers have a chance to win the NBA Finals this year. I don't think they're that good, bro. I think they're okay. I just think that I think OKC is a better team, and I think Denver, when push comes to shove, once the playoffs start, I think you got to watch out for Denver. So, yeah, I agree with that, CC. I think McCullers is more polished than Pacome. Yeah, I think I agree with that too. Shout out to Juan. What's going on, my brother? You know, the other thing too is another thing that's very important to watch with this Knick team is, can we improve our 3-point defense in the playoffs? Because I got to tell you guys, we know that our 3-point defense is not good. I'm looking around the league. These guys are jacking these threes up still. We're almost at the playoffs. There's only 9 games left, and guys are shooting hella threes. You guys see what Indiana did the other day? 27 threes or whatever. Like they put up 160 points. What the hell is going on here? Like, this is crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Like the Knicks, if the Knicks don't figure out how to contain these 3-point shooting teams, not stop, because you can't stop them. If they don't figure out a way to contain these 3-point shooting teams, there's going to be a problem, because now everybody is just jacking it up. Boston jacks it up. The Cavaliers jack it up. Indiana jacks it up. And those are the teams I think I'm most worried about. If the Knicks have to go into the playoffs playing Milwaukee or Orlando or anybody else other than the teams I just mentioned, did I say Detroit? Detroit. I take my chances with those type of teams because of the style of their play. But Cleveland, Boston, Indiana, those 3-point heavy shooting teams is a tough one. That is really tough.
The one thing that I could say to that is recently they've been a little better defending the 3. And especially when you see Mitchell Robinson out there, they're more in front of the players. Now, you still occasionally get the open 3-point shots, and sometimes guys are just chucking up shots and they just falling down. But overall, the defense to the 3 is a little bit better. They've been playing a little tighter on the 3-point shots. To say we have open 3-point shots every game. I mean, so the limitations of them limiting open 3-point shots is what you have to do, because everybody has open 3-point shots. It's if you knock them down or if you miss them. So we get a lot of open 3-point shots. So if you've seen it a couple of times, they get the guys off the line and then they got to drive down the lane. And or you'll see Mitchell Robinson screening out to the wing to defend the shot. And, not too many times when, they've been missing a couple of shots when Mitch is going out there, throwing his long body out there and his long left hand up there in the air. So it's been a little better. But to contain open 3-point shots is not so much of containing, is how hot the team is or who's shooting the 3-point shot. That makes a big difference to me too. You know what I mean? If you got SGA out there shooting the wide open 3-point shots. Yeah, what you expect? You know what I mean? If you got Tatum shooting wide open 3-point shots, yeah, what you expect? You know what I mean? So that makes a difference. If you got Spider shooting an open 3-point shot, yeah, it makes a difference. You know what I mean? You want to hope for the guys that shooting the 3-point shots and not the 39% ratio, more towards the 32-33 ratio that you have a better opportunity to defend against.
Right. I agree with that. And you ain't lying when you say they got a little bit better. The Knicks were last in 3-point shooting. They are no longer last. They're second to last. Sacramento is last now. But you want to know, you was right. You ain't lying. So you want to know something? This is crazy. Listen, this is crazy. So the last time I looked at this stat was about a month ago, right? And at that time, maybe a little over a month, maybe 5 weeks ago. At that time, the New York Knicks were second to last at that point. Oh, no, sorry. They were last. Yeah, they were last at 3-point shooting. Second to last, guess what that was, guys, at 3-point defense. Sorry. It was the Boston Celtics.
I knew it had to be Boston.
Right? Guys, it's been like 5 weeks. Boston has gone from being second to last to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth in defense against the three. I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what's going on. They were second to last. Now they're sixth in defense against the three.
It must be the percentages. It must be like
it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
It gotta be like
they had to have improved
0.3%, 0.8%. You know what I mean? Got to be something with the percentages from moving up from 28th to 6th. Has to be the percentages.
It's nuts, bro. That's wild. That is crazy stuff. Shout out to my guy Corey Lee in the bit. What up, Corey?
Lee. What's up, bro? What's good with y'all gentlemen?
Good. And by the way, while I have Corey here, shout out to, once again, guys, shout out to Knicks will be 2026 champs. Shout out to HRM the Great. And shout out to Corey Lee. Those are 3 of the winners in the SKF Army raffle. I don't know if you guys got any notifications. I don't know if you received anything, Corey, but I already shipped out. Well, I already sent your stuff to you guys, but I don't know if it's been officially shipped yet. They have your email addresses, so they're supposed to. I did it directly from the NBA store, so you should get an email once it's actually shipped to you.
Oh, you good, bro. I was just teasing.
No, I tried, man. I tried, and that makes it easy. And that's one less thing I got to do. I don't got to ship it from my house. I just ship it straight from the NBA. Works for me.
No, that's right. At least the right to come get you.
Yeah, yes, sir. So like I said, I will text you guys when I know that it's confirmed to be actually shipped, because it hasn't shown yet, but it is in process. So, all right, but yeah, man. Knicks, all Knicks, all the time. Shout out to you, man. What's going on? What's on your mind, Corey?
Oh, not much, man. Hey, like I was talking with last night. I told shock.
Go ahead, brother.
Nah, I was that was a dope victory last night. Even though they didn't cover my parlay, but it's cool.
Nah, mine either. Damn cat with 15 points, but it is what it is. But continue.
OG went over. I ain't even gonna do that and call it finish out. You know what I'm saying? I need to get at least 2 more assists out of it in the building.
Yeah, I had him down for 8 too, but it is what it is. I'm not bitter. It's all right.
Oh no, I'm not bitter. Nah, it's sweet. Bittersweet, but I take the sweet. A little bit of sweetness. Hey, hey man, what can I say? One thing ain't Thibs. Like I was saying last night when I was on a show with Sean Divine, that Thibs, first of all, he does less with more.
Mm-hmm.
Or he does more with less, I should say. And For some reason, Walt Perrin, Leon Rose, they always find these little diamonds in the roughs, and they put them out there. And even when push comes to shove, and everybody thought Kolek was gonna be that guy to start the game tonight, last night. Look who comes up and steps up and hits a home run out of nowhere, and everybody was putting him on. Everybody was out, yeah, he's about to get cut soon. And next
Right.
thing you know, this young man comes up, steps up, hits a home run. Crazy, beautiful. It was beautiful. I was happy to see that. OG Bridges did what I asked him to do last night. I asked of him, and he stepped up, and it was pretty much he helped seal the deal. You know,
Agreed.
so I can't ask for no more. And of course, you know what I'm saying. The butcher came, he did his thing on the first quarter, held down cat. You know what I'm saying when we was hitting on the tick tack. So I'm just so proud of my guys.
Yeah, no, I like what he did in limited time, 17, 18 minutes to have 10 rebounds. That was nice to get from Mitch, and we need it, man. That's why it's tough because it's like you want Mitch, you want to see Mitch come along slowly. He needs time. As much as we want to push the envelope, but he needs some time. But the problem is we need something from him because of the fact that our rebounding ain't the same anymore. So yeah, and I
Mhm.
did what he had to do. I appreciate him for that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Let me get my guy in here. Know he's out there in them streets, out there whipping it. Hey, hold on. Oh, Jay Boogie in the building, the closer. What
Oh,
happened?
big bro.
Salute. Three capital S's. Bless, health, happiness to everybody on this beautiful life. Not just a Saturday, but another day of life, man. Shout out to Ron and everything that he's doing and been doing, man. Working, and always, providing us what we need. Shout out to my man Corey Lee, he up there too, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to my man Shot Powers and the network that he did with him and Divine. And shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. And while I'm shouting out, man, I want to send a major shout out, a real big shout out, happy born day, you know what I'm saying, to Mr. Frazier himself. Um,
Mm,
started to send you that. I started to send you that, but you should already have that anthem for Mr. Frazier that we did. Because when I do an anthem, I don't do an anthem for 1 year. I do an anthem where it can stay available for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Mr. Frazier, man, for another born day, man. He's been around with us, man, for legendary years and legendary decades. You know what I'm saying? And we love him and we appreciate him so much. You know what I'm saying? So much to our community and our organization. I don't know what the hold up, and the hold up is about getting that statue outside the building for him. We need a statue, and then that would be the statue for us to have. It's Mr. Clyde Ward Frazier. And one more shout out, I want to give a shout out to Bill Pito, man. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? I got a little personal relationship with Bill Pito, but Mr. Pito is always, you know what I'm saying, conversating with me. Like when I reach out to him, he's always there. He always give me input, output, you know what I'm saying? And he doesn't get a lot of recognition for the things that he does, you know what I'm saying, throughout the community. So I wanted to just send a special to Mr. Bill Pito, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Halftime, Mr. 150 himself, Mr. Cadillac Rider, you know what I'm saying? Just, let him know he got love and appreciation out here in these streets. And one more thing, man, I hear y'all talking about Dante, you know what I'm saying? I love to get Dante back, but I'm trying to bring Giannis with Dante, man. I don't care how we do it, when we do it, the way we do it, because this man don't even feel like he want to be in that green uniform no more, and it was showing so much last night. I don't care how we do it. Giannis is the target. I think he's been the target over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I think we took a step in the right direction last year to make a pitch for him. And I ain't talking about being on the mound when I say a pitch for him, even though baseball season is in. But I don't care how we do it. I would love to see OG and Brunson and Dante and the Greek freak in this building. Next year's championship or bust, y'all. Not this year. Next year's championship or bust. That's where I'm at. That's where I feel, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to tell everybody, I love everybody, man. And like you said, I'm in the Whipmobile, not the Batmobile, but the Whipmobile. I'm riding on the road. Corey Lee, I will be in the building somewhere in section 104, close to the team. Row in. I don't know what you got going on, but I will reach out to you. I will be down there in celebration. This weekend coming. My childhood best friend birthday is coming up on 11th. My birthday's coming up on the 21st. But I
Nice.
will be celebrating down there, this weekend. And what better way to celebrate, what I'm saying, to be amongst my friends and my family and to have a Knicks game. And what I'm saying, to pluck this skelly top across their floor. I got a skelly top that I'm taking with me to the game. I got clay in it. I got a vitamin D red top. We win that game, I'm flicking it. I'm letting you know I'm representing for the city. So get that bail money, that bond money, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If they hit me up, y'all know y'all gotta come get Boogie out, man. They got me in A-Town, man. I'm flicking a skelly top, man.
Don't worry about that, man. Look here, bro. Before they even touch you, they got to get through me, man. So you gonna be able to skate. I'm gonna let you. High skip and jump to the whip before they even come touch you.
Yeah, man. What they know about them young whippersnappers don't know about Skelly. What y'all know about that? Y'all
Nah,
know
they don't know about that, man.
I don't know nothing about that.
man.
They don't know
I,
about puppets shooting out the
I just want.
box.
I'm gonna ad lib on that because I used to get the milk. See, we used to have the red tops in New York. We used to get the milk, and then we put I would go get me a candle and put my candle in there with 2 pennies. You know what I mean? And make sure that I scrape my bottom real soft off the black top. It was called macadam back in the days, and now it's just tar. Back in the days, it used to be macadam. You scraping on the macadam real good. Yeah, you be nice with that.
Yeah, the Skelly days, man. That was man. That's back when. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. These young whippersnappers, they don't get it. They don't understand. They got internet and all types of shit taken away. We had to make our fun, man.
If they don't have a plug, they can't play.
The ice cream trucks made so much money. They made money on ice cream because it was hot. You know what I'm saying? People wanted ices and stuff, but they didn't know we was really, in a hot pursuit with them.
The push pops.
Oh, my GPS is going. They didn't know we was on a hot pursuit for them push-up tops. They didn't
Yeah.
know we used the push-up tops too.
Yeah, man. I used to like Scully. That was my thing, man. I couldn't do a lot of, I wasn't jumping rope with people. I didn't do that, but I could do Scully. I would play red light, green light. I would do stuff like that, freeze tag, all that good stuff, manhunt.
Red light, Coco Rigalivia, kick the door, all that.
Yeah, yes. Coco Livio, let's go. I'm like, yeah, I'm out there in them streets.
Ring and run.
Hey, man, listen.
That's what you live in apartments and stuff like that. I don't know nothing about that.
Of course. Listen, we used to have it so good. Oh, wait, I took it back. See, y'all got me all nostalgic. I grew up in the projects, but our projects had like at the basement, they had like these doors, right, that would close to keep, things out. Like you had a trash area, stuff like that, but they had these doors. We used to call them trap doors. When the doors closed, it was hard as hell to open up as a kid, right? That's the thing. Little kids running around under there. We used to play manhunt down there. Let me tell you something. That was like, you talk about Nightmare on Elm Street. That was scary as hell to be having somebody chase you in the dark with these damn doors that could close on you. You can't get out. It's actually a really bad story. So, because somebody could have got stuck in there. But anyway, listen, that's what I'm just saying. Is what it is. We had fun though. But yeah, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers up next. And let me tell you something. Let me just say this right now. Don't think that the Portland Trail Blazers I said it and then I just thought about it right now. I'm tripping. This ain't a given, right? Because we saw how they played us with Brunson. They played very physical. They believe it in Chauncey Billups right now. So it depends on what team we get. If we get that same team, this ain't no given victory. It actually might be more difficult than playing Milwaukee because we match up well with Milwaukee. But Portland's got a little bit more fire in their belly. They're younger. They got a little action going on. So this is not such an easy game. The Knicks gonna have to come out and play their A game, take them seriously. But what's your thoughts about the Blazers? What you think, Jay Boogie? You think we got this one?
I think we definitely got to win. But shout out to the Blazers respecting you know what I'm saying, themselves as a ball player, themselves as an organization far as towards their fan base. They go out there, I be watching them and I don't play them a few times on tickets. They go out there and play hard for, their fan base. When people spend all their money and it's towards the end of the season, even if the team is not doing good, they still looking to go out somewhere and entertain their family or whatever. But these guys, they play hard each and every game, you know what I'm saying? They not going nowhere right now for this season, but far as their hard work and their dedication is leading in the right direction, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think that's a victory for us. That's not an easy game for us. It's always a hard game for us, and it's a good game for us because anytime you get a chance to build more chemistry and amongst the teams, and then you got guys that's trying to fit themselves in to play being on a playoff, not on just on a playoff team, but to make sure they can get playing time in the playoff. These guys is trying to prove a point right now. And shout out to Tico, you know what I'm saying? That's Tyler Kolek. That's what I call him. He's doing his thing, man. You see, they trying to put on Sneeze. That's a true. I call him Sneeze. They trying to put him back in effect, you know what I'm saying? But guys just trying to make sure they are part of being on this playoff, you know what I'm saying, roster, not just to sit, but to also to be playing and everything like that. But it's definitely a victory for us, more time at the point. I see they brought they started what's the name last? I can't think of his name. I'm looking at the traffic and stuff. But they Tom is trying some things and I
Devon.
think we're gonna be we okay. Yeah, thank you. I think we're gonna be okay, far as moving on into the playoffs. But like I said, for me, Jay Boogie, it's next year's championship or bust for me. You know what I'm saying? This year is getting together and growing together, more than anything. That's my GPS going. Let me go ahead and mute y'all.
All right, brother. What you think, Corey? How you feel about the game against the Blazers?
Don't be no sap. That's what I'm saying. But
Mm,
I think don't be no sap. Go out there thinking, just because the record don't really speak to that team. The last time they played us, they played us tough in school, man. What can I say? School out here trying to say, "Yo, I'm a starter, y'all.
yeah.
I'm a starter." I'm what I'm saying, I'm still first round draft pick too. With that said, um, I think what's my man, young man Simon, wants to have a better outing than he did the last time he was playing with us. And what can I say? I can't really speak for the front court outside of at Divya Denny. Oh my God, he's a piece. Oh, yo, if he shakes free, I wouldn't mind to see him in blue and orange some way, some shape, some form. You
Mm,
know, you know, like they say, you can't, NBA now is you can't have too many wins. But outside of all of that, I mean, I believe that, what I'm saying, of course, time, what do you give time, and you allow him, what I'm saying, put the stuff together. He comes up with a game plan. And the one thing about this team right now in this situation, they're a little bit more disciplined to certain situations right now. They have to be in order to win. So, you know, I'm very, very highly positive that we can go out here and do our business.
no, I agree with that. I feel you on that. What you think, Shaw? How you feel about Knicks versus Portland?
Yeah, Knicks been playing some good basketball recently, man. They starting to try to get it together. Big win off a little break. They have a break today, so I think they'll gear up and go in there and have a game plan. I'm not sure if Deuce is going to be back yet, but if not, I think they can still go in there and play team basketball. I've been preaching about team basketball all year long, and last night we had some help from the bench. Shamif played phenomenal last game, and if he can continue to do some of those things tomorrow, if Cola could get out there, get us 5, 8 points or something like that, 5, 6 assists, 1 or 2 steals or something like that, it's going to be phenomenal for the morale of the team. I think we could pull the game off. You know what I mean? There's no doubt that I think that the Knicks, if you ask me, the Knicks win all 82 games this year. I mean, I'm gonna talk about the Knicks somehow, some way winning the game that night, and I always break it down at the end of the thing about my my pet peeves. You know what I mean? So if the Knicks go out there and play team basketball, control the pace, grab the rebounds, hit the free throws, shoot over 36% from three-point land, and the new pet peeve is going over 28 assists a game, I think the New York Knicks will be able to win the game tomorrow. Very hot team, starting to get it together a little later than they probably wanted to. But I'm not sure. I think they're around 11th or something in the West, right? I forgot where they're ranked at in the West, but I don't think they're 15th. I think they're like they still got a shot. I think they're still in the mix. So none to take lightly. We need to win another 2 games real quick. 12. All right. So we need to win another 2 or 3 games to clinch 3rd place. So let's make that happen before we take a loss.
That works for me. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. But I definitely agree, man. You can't take them for granted. They're playing well. It's good to see it. You know what I mean? Because they're not the Knicks, but we don't wish no harm on them. We want them to be out there playing good basketball. We also want to beat up on them, but
One thing I do have to say is for the NBA, this play-in tournament made it more competitive in the last couple of years. It makes teams not want to tank as much. You know what I mean? These teams that are 10th, 11th, it makes them play basketball a little bit harder. One of those reasons you can see that is how teams came from last year being the bottom feeders coming into like Detroit. Last year, what they were 12th, 13th, 14th in the league, and this year they're 5th. And I mean, it makes it more competitive. It makes you want to strive to play better. And I appreciate that from the NBA to extend it to 10 teams trying to make the playoffs. So now the lesser teams are easier. If you look at the teams that are under, usually they have bigger cap space, bigger money to spend and stuff like that, so they could get better next year. And the teams that are struggling in the 7th, 8th, and 9th spots are either over the cap at the max salary, and they just got to try to figure it out with the team that they got. So let's see what happens, man. I appreciate that from the NBA because it makes teams play harder, not so much for the play-in as much.
I guess
I mean, not to play in the trade. I mean, the trade for at the end of the season.
Right. Yeah, you cut some of this weight because like somebody like Phoenix might be getting thinner. Who else might be getting thinner this year? Wow, a couple of teams that will have to drop some weight
Yeah,
because
Boston got to be one. Cleveland got to be one. You got to look at Golden State, got to be one. Phoenix got to be one. All those guys are already over the tax, and they are stuck with what they got right now. There's no way that they can really make no major moves because they got that second apron where they trades are one-on-one. You trade a player for $10 million, and I got to trade you a player for $10 million, and that's it. No extra. You don't get no picks. You don't get no money back. It has to be to the dollar. You know what I mean? So some of those teams will want to relinquish some of their players. So this offseason is going to be very interesting watching what teams are going to shed some salary cap to try to stay competitive in the NBA under this new CBA rule.
Right. I agree. 100%.
Look at Shaw looking like he's about 35 again.
You like that, right?
With
Put a
the
little
booty
enhancement,
thing.
cut the fade down, put a little enhancement on today.
You know what I'm saying? He ran out of Beijing. That's why he just took it down.
Yeah. I got some on my problem grades. I just put a little touch up on them and stuff. So
Nah, man. See, one thing about it, that hey, man, it's a good thing to be a silver fox. So you know what I'm saying?
no question. Don't get it twisted. I just felt like feeling clean today, like one color.
All right, dog.
Hold on, I got me called. Hold on one second. Caller, you are on live with SKF. Know the ledge. Your name, where you calling from?
Ron, it's your boy Stacks, Ron.
What up, Stacks? How you doing, brother?
You can hear me, Ron? I'm outside. You can hear me?
Yeah. You sound okay. I can hear you.
All right, cool. Am somebody else speaking or
no, you good. You good right now? Go ahead, brother.
All right, yeah, I wanted to ask y'all, what do y'all think about would y'all trade Deuce for Case and Wallace?
For who?
Case and Wallace.
Case and Wallace, OKC.
I don't know much about him. Tell you the honest truth. And now that you said his name, I'll go look him up.
I mean,
But if you mentioning him, he must be a very good player. And I mean, Deuce may be one of the guys that we have to really pay attention to this year, even though his contract is good. You know what I mean? If we do want to make a big trade or something like that, Deuce is that cherry on the top, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm only asking that because OKC wouldn't do that trade unless they had to, and I think they would have to. I don't think they're gonna be able to pay him. That's why that's the only reason I'm asking that trade. I don't think they're gonna be able to afford him.
Let me ask you this though: why would you? What makes you think that? What makes Case and Wallace a better fit for us than Deuce?
He's 6'4". That's one thing right there. He's 6'4". He can start at any time. If he was on our team, he'll be starting right now. We wouldn't be having this Josh Hart shooting issue because Case and Wallace will be starting. That's the only reason Deuce isn't starting, because he's 6'1". That's the only reason he's not starting. If he was 6'5" or 6'4", he would be starting. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about Case. He's 6'4", and he plays better defense than Deuce McBride. He reminds me of Drew Holiday.
Really?
He's a better ball handler and everything. OKC wouldn't even do this trade, but I think they might have to because they can't. I don't think they're gonna be able to pay him.
Interesting. Well, the thing about him, I mean, he's got limited opportunities as far as shots from three, but he is a knock it down guy. He's shooting 50% from three for the season. Wait a minute. Hold on.
About? Banter?
Wait, is that no Kaysen? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait. Is this the season? What am I looking
I think he's shooting like 35.
No. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I had something else open. No, he's shooting. No, he's shooting 39 for his career. He's shooting 35 for the season. So 35.8. He's shooting 47 from the field from the season. That's pretty good.
He's only 20 years old. Like, he's younger than Deuce.
He's shooting 81% from the free throw line. He's younger than Deuce,
and he's just as good, if not better than Deuce right now. Oh, yeah.
Ron, since you have his stats of what's his money looking like?
Hold on. Let me see.
I think he getting $7 million.
That's not much.
Yeah, but if they can't afford him, what does that mean for
We'll have to throw somebody else in there or something, sign somebody and do something. I don't know, but they can do it. They have to find a way to make that work. Sure.
What team is he on again?
OKC.
Oh, OKC got bank. Right. They got some room.
They're still hanging in there. The thing is with the situation with OKC, I mean, with us is that the only person who we could possibly match who makes that money per season right now is not Precious, but Tua. He makes what, 8? I think he's getting 8 this year.
They're not gonna give Case and Wallace up for no pressures. I'm saying you got to give them something. That's why I'm saying Deuce McBride. We're gonna have to trade Deuce and probably a pick for Case and Wallace if we do that trade.
We don't have to.
He's just not getting that time at shot because he's in OKC right now.
I mean, it's tough to give a team picks that got every pick they want. It's
word.
That's a tough one.
I mean, they are in they're in the best case situation. They're gonna be straight for a minute.
Until have to give up more.
Somebody outside of what's his name to play for us, who got the max. You know what I'm talking about? Like when SGA comes up, and you're talking about 50, you know what I'm saying? Is he gonna take the home time deal? Which I don't think so. You know, you talking about the other the 6'7" forward that they got. When he comes up, you know, these cats, they're in pretty good shape for now. And you know, they got a lot of first round draft picks, which is ridiculous.
I'm saying they a small market too, and they got a lot of. They gotta have to let some. I don't know what OKC is overloaded. Like they're overloaded for real. Sam Presti is an amazing GM, man. For real, he's amazing.
I mean, listen, I look if I don't know why the Knicks would do it unless they want to upgrade from Deuce.
You have to. I'm saying this guy. That's how I feel. I feel like you have to. I feel like Deuce McBride's ceiling is not putting this team over the board. Like he's not helping his team. His ceiling. I feel like what is Deuce McBride's ceiling?
That's a good question. I don't really know what it is right now because you thought you kind of had an idea of what you thought it might be from last year, but this year he struggled.
Been for Deuce 4? Oh, just 4 now, right?
What I'm saying? Say that again.
This is his 4th year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to become a better ball handler. And this team needs that as well. Like, I don't think he's going to become a better ball handler. And he needs to. For the size he is, he has to become a better ball handler. I don't think he is.
I kind of disagree with you because that's what they said last year, and then last year, my argument with him like, yo, can you run an offense? And to some degree, he's gotten a hell of a lot better. I'm not saying he's quite there yet, but that comes with time, and also too, not only that, but you got to think he was never really a point guard in college. He was more of a combo guard in college. And Bob Huggins didn't really push the point guard situation on him. He just really just puts up the best tough athletes that he possibly could. And in under Tom Thibodeau, we all got to really realize how much better certain players have dramatically gotten considering where we got them from. And on top of that, you're talking about a young man who was a second round pick. So, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I just disagree to an extent that I think he can get a lot better as a ball handler.
I just think right.
I was going to say the only thing that I think that is interesting about it. Thanks, Shaw, is that when you have a player that hasn't reached their full potential because they got so many other players ahead of them, the Case and Wallace dude could be one of those dudes. You know what I mean? You send him somewhere else, he might be getting busy. Because I do like the fact that he's a good shooter. He does play good defense. If you guys remember, the Knicks played OKC, and there was one game where he kind of lit us up. So don't get me wrong. I see it. I'm not opposed to it.
He's playing out of his role because he's a ball handler. So like he's adjusting. He's playing out of his role too.
That was the light-skinned kid. That was the light-skinned kid who kept knocking down these threes, and we was like, who the hell is he?
Yeah, I would if OKC. So here's the thing: if OKC wanted to do that, and I wouldn't necessarily say no. I'd have to think about it, but I could see the Knicks doing it because the thing is, we don't know what to really expect from Deuce yet. We think we know, but we don't really know, right? And the Case in Wallace is untapped potential. He does have a little bit more height. And he does but he don't make that much money. He makes $5 million, right? This year, 5.5. He makes 5.5 next year, and he makes 7 the following year. And those 2 next year and the year after that are team options. So the Knicks would have him locked up for another 2 years if they wanted to. So it's not horrible. And the other thing too is flip side. Why would OKC do it? If you're correct in the fact that they can't afford to have him because he'll bring their cap up. Deuce is a nice replacement. We already talked about Deuce making the money he makes.
That's the only reason I brought it up. That they would need Deuce contract.
So I'm not saying I want to move on from Deuce, but I understand where you're going. And if they were thinking about it, that's something that I would consider. Some fans be like, I don't see it because you don't automatically see it. But I'm gonna tell you, I like to call it the Grant Hill theory. You take a guy from someplace and then you put him in a different situation and watch him blow up. And I'm not saying he'll blow up. I'm just saying you can watch the person get better. Grant Hill, a lot of Duke players back in the day, things have changed. Grant Hill, Jason Tatum, they go to these colleges, they play system basketball. Then they come into the NBA, and then the coach says, okay, we're going to build around you, let you go. And then you watch them get unleashed. Like you didn't know that these guys were this good. So I'm just saying Case and Wallace looks like he's got some potential there. So never know.
Let me tell you something, Rob. Let me tell you something. I ain't the smartest guy, but I'm definitely not the dumb. I'm not gonna trade Deuce for nothing, bro. And and us as Knicks fans, I know this because I used to do this too. We overvalue our players, bro. Like I would tell myself, like, nah, he's better than him. He's better than this guy because we drafted him. But I've been had that look in the mirror, bro. Like, bro, I know what I'm talking about, Ron. Trust me, bro.
I mean, listen, I could tell you that looking at his numbers and looking at his output, he's no worse than Deuce. Like him and Deuce have comparable
he's
numbers.
Definitely not worse than him.
So yeah, I could see where you're going, and you to some extent, I think you're right. But I think it's not just that we overvalue our players. I just think that we don't want to throw guys into a trade to make it sweeter for other team, just to make the deal get through, and then they'll use those guys. They'll put those guys on the bench because they don't matter for their team, but for us, they matter. That was the same reason why we didn't trade Grimes for Donovan Mitchell. It wasn't that Donovan Mitchell isn't worth it. It's just the Knicks knew they were going to have to give up so much, and then you bring in Donovan Mitchell here, and your bench is trash because you gave up so much to bring him here. They wanted to hold on to something, and because Grimes could play good defense, and we really were using him a lot back then, they didn't want to get rid of him as well. Like there was no reason, when you think about it, there was no reason why we couldn't have got that deal done without Grimes. We could have gave them picks with RJ, with whoever else they were throwing in. We could have got it done, but it is what it is. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, for example, the Dante, like giving up Dante, it hurt us in a way because now we really lost something because we don't know who we was how we could have gelled this team together, or who could have came with the bench, or who could have been what. That was the thing.
Exactly. The Minnesota held the proverbial whatever to our head. So you want to give us Dante. So we were stuck. So yeah, I hear you, man. Look, hey man, Stacks, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your time. Man, listen. Well, I don't know why you don't want your win, man. Why you don't want your victory? You got a shirt.
You, I don't know how to claim it.
You got to email me with your information. You email me with your contact information, where to mail it to, and your number, and I'll send it to you.
What's your email, bro?
I put it in the chat before like 45 times, bro.
I said it like 5 times. Like, bro, I don't know how to confirm it.
It's still. I'm like, everybody's like, yo, Stacks didn't. I'm like, and I talk to Stacks all the time. Why he don't want his? I'm like, it's still. Still Nick fans at gmail.com. STILLKNICK FA.
How to spell, bro? I know how to spell.
Oh, my bad. No, because some people think you got to put the S after Knicks, but it's no S. So it's still Nick.
No, that's after the Knicks.
It's just Nick. It's just Nick. No Nick. No Knicks. Just Nick. I got you. So still Nick fans at gmail.com. Email me your address and your phone number. And also, that's it. That's it. Yeah. And I will send you a text or whatever, let you know when it gets shipped. And that's pretty much it, brother.
I got you right now. I'm about to email you right now.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, because right after I get the final words from these guys, I'm going to run the raffle again. So now I get to run a raffle for 3 things instead of 4. So you get your shirt.
All right, say less, bro.
All right, man. Listen, I appreciate the time, brother, but I'm going to wrap this up, get the final words, run this little raffle so I can get out of here, man. It's 80 degrees right now. What we doing, people?
All right, man. You already know, man. Salute to y'all, man. I'm going to holler at y'all later, man.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
All right.
And it does look like it's gonna rain, which always puts it down. What in the hell? This is Randu, I bet. Caller, you are on SKF. Know the ledge.
Hey, what's up?
Randu.
Yeah,
I knew that was Randu. What's happening, brother? What's happening?
All right.
I
want to say salute to everybody in the chat. The first thing I want to start off with is the whole thing we was talking about earlier with about Kolek. What was that? Kolek in the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm listening. We hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, pairing Kolek and Brunson, that ain't too good of an idea.
Okay.
Both of them is weak defensively, but the whole thing now pairing Deuce and Kolek seems like a better combination.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because of Deuce's ability to play defense.
Right. Makes sense to
And
me.
also, something came up about trades early. I'm gonna say this right this season and all season. I don't want to trade any of the starters. Now, I mean, we got to make some moves to improve the bench, but trade the starters? No.
I hear you.
No.
I hear you. You like what we got. You feel you're one of those that feels, and I agree with that. They just need more time, a little bit more seasoning.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
So I mean, do you feel like everything is pretty much fine with the team? We just need to upgrade the bench.
Yes, that bench got to get better.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I agree.
I don't know what type of money they dealing with this summer, but something they got to do something.
Right. And the problem here too is, as much as, first off, shout out to Fritz Alcindor in the building. Salute to you, my brother. NBA Economy Show, Nick of Time Show, all that good stuff. The problem here is, even with the cap going up and teams getting an extra 10%, for the Knicks will be about 10 million. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just pull it up real quick.
We're already over the first apron.
Correct.
Starting a year off, we're already over the first apron.
So the problem here is, right, Macau Bridges currently makes 23 million. He also scheduled to make 24 million next year. However, we already know he wants an extension. So it won't kick in right away. It wouldn't kick in until 26, 27. But he wants it now. Like, he wants it soon. Which means the Knicks are going to have to pay him. You were thinking he's going to probably want around an extra 10 million per year than what he's getting. So around 35 million per year. So the cap going up.
Yeah, about 10 million.
That just ate it up right there.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. It doesn't happen. It doesn't affect next year because he's still under contract, right? So the Knicks can mess around with that. They can still add pieces to the team. They can give Macau more money. The problem is, in 2027, 28, 2 years from now, they're going to have to make some cuts. Some people are going to have to get off this team. So, that's all it is. Like, the Knicks got another year to play around with, right? You can go out there and try to make it work next year. After that year, Knicks might have to make some cuts. Like what Sha and Corey were talking about before, like teams like Boston and stuff. If Boston don't win it this year, whatever, maybe they can decide to pay the taxes and all that stuff. Most likely next year, they're going to change the team a little bit. There's going to be a couple people that are gone just because they're already over the second apron.
Yeah.
Right. So, stuff like that, man.
They already paid the taxes this season.
Yeah, they had to pay the taxes this season, correct. So, you're making money, but, Boston is Boston. Boston ain't LA. Boston ain't New York. Everybody be crying poverty. So it is what it is.
And also, what y'all was just talking about trading Deuce, really, I don't know about trading Deuce yet. I would like for him to come back maybe one more season and see if he can get back to the way he was, like, shooting the ball last season. Because last season, Deuce was, what, a 40% three-point shooter?
He was.
Last season.
He was.
Yeah, this season, his three-point shooting done dropped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, his defense is still good, but his three-point shooting done dropped. I want to see next season, can he get back to shooting the way he was last year and continue to play defense the way he's been playing?
That's fair. That's fair.
But I mean, if something comes up that we can't turn down, then then go with it. But
I was just about to say that because if we're talking about getting Dante back, if you say you give up Pacome Daddier and Deuce McBride for Dante, you wouldn't do that with 3 picks?
I do it.
I'm just saying, that's how simple it could be. Dante's going to be about 12. Pattier is about $1 million and some change, $2 million. Deuce is like $4 million. That's $7. That's $6, $7 right there. Throwing 3 second-round picks and let's get it done. I mean, I understand. I always say if Deuce goes in the deal, he's going to be the cherry on the top.
It would take, I would do it if that's all it takes.
Yeah, the cherry on the top. That's what I call Deuce.
Yeah. But what you think about that, Corey? Would you do that? Would you do that?
Hey, man, to bring back Dante? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Deuce. I love you, man, but
not to listen. As much as I love Deuce, Deuce is one of my favorite
I
players.
love you, but I miss that shooting.
Yeah.
That shooting right now, especially with this team, the way we're designed right now,
Right.
as much as we need shooting more than ever and aggressive. I mean, people who are assertive. That's what we need.
100%. Hey, I'm with you, Shoquan. Shout out to you. I ain't giving up no first for Dante either. We already had the dude. He gone. Listen, sometimes when you got to bring back a guy, you got to give up. But I'm not giving up no first for him. I'll figure out a way to throw something else in there. But if they want first, then the dream is gone. The thrill is gone.
Try to find a way to get a trade.
Or you think about a McCullough Jr. A McCullough Jr. and Deuce.
In the next 5 years.
Wait, hold on. Say that again, Randu.
Within the next 5 years, including this season, we only got one or two. We're only gonna get like 1 or 2 first-round picks.
Well, I mean, we still get to keep our picks. I mean, it is what it is. We had extra picks before that weren't ours, should I say? But we still get to keep a lot of our picks.
A lot of picks to get Macau.
We did.
Yeah, but it's like every other year. So it's not like it's like the odd years we giving up picks, and on the even years we got our first round pick.
And that all those picks hit the cap too. So all those picks that they gave up would have been money that they would have to play players that's on the team. And where they're at right now, their money ain't right to take any of those $2 million. If we'd have got somebody that was 15 for some crazy numbers, or even 25th. 25th is still about $3 million. We just don't have the money for it. So it kind of, you see what we gave up to get Macau. Let's be real, man. We gave up the picks for Macau, but the players that we gave up for Macau, are you kidding me? We gave up Bodega and whatchamacallit for him. I mean, you don't think that was a good deal? All right, I understand about the picks, but the picks is money. You know what I mean? And that money that we giving out the picks, we could probably recoup that money and give it to Macau for his signing bonus. I mean, something like that. Somehow they're gonna have to work it out. They're gonna have to work it out somehow. They've been phenomenal with the cap all since they've been here and getting players in here. Who would have really thought that trading Jericho Sims right now, trading Jericho Sims to get Delon Wright to come in here and play the biggest game of his career. Now I ain't gonna say of his career, but for the New York, for the New York Knicks, for the
next contract.
Right? Come on, man. Who knew that? But Leon Rose, let's go get him and bring him over here because they didn't have to. They could have just gave Jericho Sims and recouped the money and pick somebody else up, but they brought him over here just for this reason. I'm just saying.
I see Shot got into his content creator bag. Biggest game of the season. Did you have anything else, Randu?
Like I said, just reiterate again. We just need to bring the starters back, improve the bench, and I'm not sure what to do with damn Thibs because his style is outdated. He's stubborn. Ain't gonna change. I don't know. We gotta see what we're gonna do in the playoffs.
Well,
that'll give me the final answer of what to do with Thibs.
Don't give up on him yet, okay? I'm not giving up on him. I mean, I put him on notice last week, but I'm not giving up on him yet. He's still got a chance to redeem himself in my eyes. He got 9 games left in his regular season, and he got the playoffs. It's hard to say that a coach that has got you to the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 years has changed the culture, made you a winning product, made you be the team that people start talking about again.
Made you relevant.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Yeah.
And progressively got us better.
Got us 3rd in the East right now.
Win a championship.
No. I don't want to say okay, so here's the thing. I don't want to say no yet. That's my whole thing is I'm all about giving a guy a shot, right? I need to see this whole season finished first before I can say after this season, if it's same old what we think it might be, then I'll tell you no officially. I'll say no. But I needed to see Thibs get a shot with this team in the playoffs to see my whole thing. I've said it before. Do I think this team right now is good enough to win a championship? I really don't. Just being honest, I really don't. Do I think they're good enough to get to the Eastern Conference Finals? I do. Healthy, I think they could get there. And if they get there, I think Thibs did his job. But the problem is, when you look at this team construction, some things are not all on Thibs. One of those is the roster is built a certain way. It's top heavy. That bench is not good. So that's not on Thibs.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's the thing. They're not good enough there. But if they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'll say, Thibs did some stuff. When you look at this team, the worst bench in the NBA, and we were able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm going to give Thibs his props. And I'm going to say, I'll see you next year, Thibs. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Now, if we get knocked out of the first round or the second round and it's bad, oh, no. I'm gonna be like, get him up out of here. If people do a little protest outside of MSG, you may see me walk by. Hey, but that's all I'm saying. Like, that is the only way I'll say get him up out of here. But other than that, I think the Knicks will be okay. And I'm willing to give him a shot.
Because the way we looking, Indiana has been looking real good the last 12 games, and it's a possibility that they could catch us for the 3 spot and we drop the number 4. So that means if we either looking to play in the first round, we either looking to play Milwaukee or Detroit in the first round. If we get past the first round, make it to the second round, we looking to either play Boston or most likely Cleveland.
Right.
Unless an upset happens somewhere.
Well, the good thing for us, Randu, is that right now Indiana is 3.5 behind us. No, 3 games behind us with 9 games left to play. They are playing well lately. They're 4-1. They're 8-2 in their last 10, and the Knicks are 6-4 now in their last 10. But the Knicks do have that little bit of cushion. Those 3 games, 9 games, 3-9. You know what I mean?
And don't forget, we got the tiebreaker against them as well.
That's true too. Good
Don't
point.
forget that. That's almost like a full point. You know what I mean? So if we tie, we win. You know what I mean? That's like a full half a point or whatever you want to call it. And in order for the Knicks to clinch the third position, we got to win about 3 more games after this game tonight. 4 games. I have us hopefully, even if they start winning, 4 games would put them out of the race. 4 more wins, if I'm not mistaken, because we'll be 6 games left after that. And then with the 6 games after that, we'll be up 3 plus the 3 they have to pick up plus the tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so don't pull a hand grenade yet, bro.
In the first round.
Yeah, we got to lose in order for them to do that. We got to lose like 8 of the next 9 games or something like that. And they got to win 7 out of the next 9 or something like that.
Yeah. What, Randy? What'd you say?
Who would you rather see the Knicks play in the first round, Detroit or Milwaukee?
I don't care.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
I don't care at this point.
Don't matter.
I think the Knicks. I ain't worried.
If you ask me, I would rather play Milwaukee because Detroit is a young up and coming team. Let them play. What they 5th? They would play the 6th seed. Who is that? Let them knock somebody out so they could go up against 4 and 5.
Yeah,
4 and 5. So they would play whoever that is. I don't care who it is. They would play Milwaukee. Let that Milwaukee, whoever that is, Milwaukee or Detroit, play Cleveland if they make it. Got to watch out for these teams because the matchup is going to be crazy. If Orlando plays Boston, that's going to be a hell of a matchup right there. You know what I mean?
Right now, yeah, the Knicks would play Milwaukee if the season ended today. The Detroit would play the Pacers, and then Cleveland and the Boston would have to wait to see who would win between the Heat and the Bulls. Cleveland would play the winner of the Heat and the Bulls, and the Celtics would play the winner of the Hawks and Orlando.
Right.
So yeah, that's that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Orlando. If Orlando gets that shot, I think Orlando's going to go. I mean, they're up in they're a defensive team that can score and knows how to push the pace. and they're big down there. They got a couple of Wagners back and all that other stuff, and you know they haven't been playing down the stretch well because that's why they're in the play-in now. But you know, what I mean, 7 games where you ain't got to fly to the West Coast, then to the East Coast, then to the Midwest. You playing 5 games in 4 nights and all that stuff. You just playing one airplane, and you chilling over there that whole day before, the day after, before you come back home. I think that's a whole different scenario, and with any team in the NBA right now.
Agreed. And you know the bad thing right now, and the Knicks can't do anything about it. They stuck. It is what it is. Their second round, they're going to wind up playing Boston if that's the case. So, you know, because I'd rather play Cleveland right now. See, people were saying that before, and they were wilding out. Now I would rather, because Cleveland's been losing. You know, they've lost a lot of games in recent times. So that's good. That's when you want to catch a team because they don't, you know, something little tarnish has come off the paint. But yeah, unfortunately, the Knicks are going to wind up having to play the Boston Celtics in the second round. It's kind of like unavoidable. Most likely, if they can get past the first, which I think they could. But you know, anyway, yeah, man. Randu, once again, I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you for your time. Always good to hear from you.
Anytime.
Catch you on the next one, my guy.
All
right, brother. So yeah, man. Let me get to you guys. Your final words, Corey. Your thoughts? Anything you thinking about? What you expect from the game tomorrow? Whatever. Anything on your mind?
Well, the first thing I want to do, I want to shout out my son because I'm sitting in the hospital right now waiting on his first baby.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. Nothing yet?
Yeah. Not yet. She
All
ain't
right,
popped
there you
up
go. All right.
yet. I've been since about 9 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
So, you know, I'll be waiting on that moment. And outside of that, yo, shout out to Walt. Happy birthday to the
Fact.
cat, to the leader, one of the greatest Knicks ever of all time. Shout out to the Knicks Nation. You know, Knicks, you know, the whole still Knicks family, as well as the, you know what I'm saying, Lawrence Tibbs family, and of course the Real Talk family. Um, I ain't worried about tomorrow. You know, like I said, I give it to Tibbs. You know, them days of stressing. All I want to do right now is just make my parlay. Okay, now for the rest of the year. That's all I want to do. I'm not worried about us winning too tough because this is the time of year. One, this is where Tibbs does his best work. This is where he earns his money. Two, you got to think, we cats on that bench right there. We talking about who so ready to rush out the door. These cats are fighting for their NBA lives right now. They fighting for because you got to think, yeah. But there's at least 3 cats on this team right now who don't have a guaranteed contract next season.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them, one of which makes $8 million. Well, another makes I think just over $1 million. I think the other one just makes $1 million. So that's what
About 10 million.
Yeah, 10.5 million out the door. That's one issue. So you got to think. Let's breathe for a second. Let's enjoy these last couple of games, Knicks fans. I'm not worried about jockeying for no position because we can't go no further up, and I highly doubt we're going down.
I agree.
So so let's see what we do. Let's get ourselves together. Pray the cat come back a little bit. You know, come back soon. You know what I'm saying? Reintegrates himself with his team, and now he sees what his teammates can do when he's not on the court. How can he help them get doing more of that when he is on the court?
Right.
So that's all that matters to me. But with that said, yo, I'm chilling. Good with it.
Oh, man, that's great news, man. Well, looking forward to you know hearing the great news, Grandpa Corey. So hope it comes soon.
Y'all be getting pictures.
Yeah, it's dope. Blessings.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, I got 3 grandsons. I call one Ace, the other one Deuce, and this is Trey.
Nice. Sha, your final words, my brother.
Salute to both of you gentlemen on this panel today, man, for giving some great info and some great feelings from out of your heart about your New York Knicks that you love. Salute to the chat. And I mean, the silent panel. And I mean, salute to you guys always. And nothing major, man. New York Knicks. You know what I mean? We're going to chop it up a little bit tonight, me and Divine. I think we're gonna come on about 6:30 today. You know what I mean? If you're on, you ain't doing much. It's beautiful weather outside. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to go run outside and run back in and come check us out, man. Hit the like, subscribe, Knicks Real Talk, and have confidence in your New York Knicks, man. Tom Thibodeau without Brunson is 6-4 right now. You know what I mean? That could have easily been 8-2 or 9-1 with Brunson on the court. You know what I mean? We could have already been at 50 wins almost. So just, you know what I mean, some things that we strive for, we as a Knicks fan, you always want the team to win. You know what I mean? You always, when the team loses to a bum team, you got something to say. When they lose to a great team, you got something to say because they losing. Now, I mean, let's appreciate the times when we win, like last night's game. Let's hope that we could appreciate the win that we have tomorrow against this team, getting us closer to 50 wins. Tom Thibodeau, since he's been here, has got us to the finals 3 times, 2 times to the second round, and everybody knows about what happened last year with all our injuries and stuff like that. We ain't got no bench. You want to know why the Knicks ain't playing that many? I mean, why the starting lineup is playing so many minutes? Because we ain't got no bench. So let's salute him for getting us to 40. What is it? 46. Went 46 and 27 wins. I mean, to 46 and 27 losses. Let's salute him for that. I mean, let's get it. I don't think we already surpassed 2 years ago with 44 wins. We had 46. And I mean, we striving to get to 52 this year. I think the Knicks are win about 6 more of these games. I mean, 6 out of the 9. So let's get out here and let's salute our Knicks and salute to everybody once again. Shop Powers, peace. Let's get it.
There you go. There you go. And definitely tune in and show Shy and Divine some love for Knicks Real Talk as they get you right and let you know what took place. And also tomorrow when they get you right before the game, you get that pregame on, put you in the right spirits. So I want to thank everybody who has been tuned in today. Appreciate all the love and support. Appreciate you guys up here chopping it up with me, Corey, Sha, my brother Jay Boogie. As always, the love is always there, man. So as I said, guys, I'm gonna just do this real quick, get this out the way, run the raffle thing real quick for those 3 prizes once again. So that's done. And like I said, those can be claimed because they're still sitting out there. Let me do that real quick. So that way we can get that done. Now, this, once again, is for the SKF Army members. And once this is done, the next time we do a raffle, it'll be to everybody. So anybody has a chance to win. The other thing, too, is the people who already won, their names are already excluded. So they're out of this. So now it's, going to be, same names, but just other people who haven't had a chance to win can have a chance.
Damn, I feel like a double dip.
No, I see you. And, Ace Deuce Trey, I see you. So let's see here what we got going on. Let me share.
What I used to do right to get that bread. I told you to get the money.
No doubt, brother. No doubt. Let me share my screen. Here we go. All right. Let me get this up out of here. All right. So here it is. Here it is. A year from the transform. Just a little bit from the norm. Oh, sorry. Summertime. My bad. Where is this? We're going to hear that soon. Will Smith's going to get us out there in the streets again. All right. So let me refresh this and shuffle it. All right. So, first thing up will be, what am I doing? So there was a hat that's still available. There's the cup and one of the shirts. All right. I don't know which shirt is available. I don't know which one. Let me see. I got my little envelope here. Stacks won the last shirt. So that was the Still Knicks Fans logo with the thingy. All right. So I know what shirt it is. Okay, cool. All right. Hold on. Let me put that up on the screen real quick so people see. So the giveaway is this hat right here. So that's this one. And we're going to run the raffle right now and see who's left from the SKF Army who will get this hat. All right. Let me, move some of the stuff off the screen so it looks a little cleaner. All right. We are ready to roll. Let's spin the wheel, folks. Oh, 713 Gamer. Yes, sir. He's going to be mad that he won because he wants everybody else to win. But I don't care, 713 Gamer. You have won.
Big money.
Ooh, he's going to be pissed when I talk to him later. Why he going to be like, why'd you keep my name in there? I'm like, listen, you're SKF Army. You deserve it too, bro. Calm down. You won. All right, let me remove this. You are out of there. All right, nice. Okay, all right, let's see who's next. What's next is let's go with one of the other shirt. That's this one. Boom. I took a pic. This is the picture of the shirt without the autograph, without my signature and John's signature, but this is the shirt. So this is what's up now for the next person. All right, let's shuffle this and then run it again. Let me unhide, shuffle. Okay, shuffled, and then let's run it again, baby. All right. Oh, so close. The Wolf Perry. Let's go. Shout out to Wolf Perry in the building. You already know. All right, the Wolf Perry. Let me get my little pen here. Make sure I write this down. All right, so 713 Gamer.
Hey, well, don't forget to throw the big kiss. You know what I'm saying? Though,
Yeah, the dating game kiss.
dating game.
Yeah, don't worry. That's gonna be once it's done. Once we're done, yeah, y'all will get the big dating game kiss. All right, let's shuffle this puppy again. Boom. All right, hide that. And the last thing that we're gonna re-gift and give away is the cup, which is this, the no ledge cup, with the black inside. You know what I mean? It's all right, sweet, not too bad. It's got good size. You know what I mean? It's like a 12 ouncer, pretty decent. So
oh man, I put a lot of hoes there, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, B. Don't worry. Down the line, we're gonna do it again, and there'll be more cups, more, and eventually I'll find a place to get my hats because I haven't been able to find a place to get the hats that I'm okay with. The hats look like trash, and if I'm not gonna wear it, I ain't gonna give it away to nobody. So, all right. Let me go back to the thingy. Let's shuffle. All right. Now let's see who gets the cup. All right. Low key. I don't know about this one. I don't know if I've seen low key in a minute. So we'll see what happens, folks. But low key is the winner. All right. I ain't gonna do it again though. I ain't gonna have a re-raffle just for one thing. So if low key don't claim this prize, then it'll just go to the next raffle for everybody, and I'll just raffle off the cup the next time we do it. All right, man. But listen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and showing love to the show. Thank you guys for being here and rocking with us. We did the damn thing again. Hopefully you guys will, put your information in. Let me put this up on the screen so you see it again. If I can find it somewhere here.
The new era blinks are you can find them 28th Street, but they take pricey. I get these right here. These look like the new eras, and they're more reasonable.
That's what I was. It's funny you said that.
They feel good. They feel good. They fit it. They got the fitted and the snapbacks. I haven't bought a snapback, but they got the fitted and the snapbacks. You know what I mean? And they're more reasonable than the new era. New eras is for New Era hat, you got to charge like you buying it from New Era. I mean, from Lids, like you buying it from Lids. Like you buying it from Lids. You put something on it, like I did this one here and stuff like that. It came out pretty okay.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, so let me move all this stuff out of here. That's why I got all this extra stuff. The winners. All right, delete. Okay. So once again, guys, to all the winners out there, if you won, see the contact info right here. You could please email me to stillknicksfans@gmail.com, your contact info and your phone number.
That's
So
what Dr. S again.
right. It's important because when I if for example, like with the hat, I send the hats directly from NBA store. When I put that information in, they want the number, they want the contact info, so that the driver can contact you when they're on their way or whatever. But anyway, so please put your contact address and your cell phone number, whatever. Email me to stillknicksfans@gmail.com, and we can go from there. And then eventually we'll get it out to you. But yeah, I just want to say thanks again to everybody. I appreciate everybody showing love. That's right. This includes you too, 713, but I'm gonna have to call him later. And but look at him, he mad. Like, yeah, I still got an AOL email address. No, you don't, bro. You gonna get it.
You still got the CD? The CD thing?
Oh, yeah, he got broadband. Leave him alone.
No, you getting this, B. You got that net zero, that dial up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He threw that cord plugged in.
No. Oh man, shout out to everybody, man. But yeah, it's legit, bro. What you mean is this legit? What you mean? This is first off.
He said, "Well, are you fugazi?"
This is our second giveaway, and I already got pictures of people who got prizes from the first giveaway, so it's legit.
I promise you, when I get mine, I'm gonna put it on. You know what I'm saying? I'm popping on the show and have it on.
Appreciate you. Oh, by the way, that's another little requirement if you can, guys. Once you guys do get your winnings, if you could take a picture of it so that I can have it, so that I can show people, look at who won this and who won that, and it's real. Okay, and it hurt when I paid for it. It was real. I'll tell you that.
Money was there in your pocket. That's one less cup of coffee, though.
Them coffees, them super chats is coming in handy because they're going right back out right now. But I appreciate you guys once again, and this is the big dating game kiss from all. Man, there you go. Anyway, thanks to everybody once again. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick fans will be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30-ish, except when we have internet issues. For Know the Ledge, when we're out here chopping it up, and I'm keeping y'all off the ledge, out here having a live panel with guys like Sha, guys like Corey, guys like Jay Boogie. Appreciate you, man. And also tune into Still Knick fans on Monday nights at 9 p.m. when I'm with, sometimes my brother John and my brother Jose. Now, John is going to be a little bit more rare. We already talked about that on the last show. His son, we told you before, he's a sports dad now. He's got 4 kids. 2 of them are in sports. 1 is really in sports. Okay. His son is in soccer. His son is in baseball. And his son is in basketball. And 2 of those are, what do you call that?
Time consuming.
No, the travel. Right, travel.
Baseball,
2 of
them. Basketball.
So he moving around. John is stretched. So it's going to be tough to get him on the Monday show, and it's going to be tough to get him on the Wednesday show. But if there's anything that happens, if there's a rain out or cancel, postpone games, or we can figure it out, then he will definitely pop up. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of solo lifting. So I just want to put that out there. But we never change, man. That's my brother. So that's it. So stay tuned and continue to show your love. But the other thing, guys, get in the Discord. The Discord is going to be our new home. That's where we're going to start chopping up and doing different things. We even working on something else going forward. I can't talk about it, but I will say that for people who sometimes be in certain situations and they can't, get to a game, maybe the Discord. Maybe the disco will be your place. I'm just saying, but that's whatever. Yeah. But yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate everybody once again. Thank you to all y'all. Cribs is funny. Yo, Cribs. He said, "Why didn't the Discord? The Discord has been mentioned like 45 times today." Yeah, Cribs is funny, bro. Love Cribs. Shout out to L Dammit once again. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your work and your help with the Discord. And shout out to the people who joined Discord today. It's pinned to the chat. So if you want to join, it is there. Shout out to my people on Facebook and on X. Listen, guys, if you want to join the Discord, come on over. Or go to Still Knick Fans on X. And there's a link there on one of my posts, my recent posts. You can join the Discord from there. But anyway, appreciate everybody. Thanks again. Let's go Knicks. Hopefully tomorrow they get the job done. Hopefully we can continue to see them playing good basketball and these guys can stay healthy as we await Jalen Brunson's return. It looks like he's ahead of schedule. So who knows? We might see him by the end of next week or the beginning of the following week. It looks like he's on pace around that time. So let's fingers crossed, man. It'd be nice to see the captain back. And hopefully these
April
guys.
Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day, he definitely ain't coming back. But I wouldn't be surprised if he puts
Yo, don't put that on him. Don't put that on him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did something like that. I know Josh would. So, guys, Knick fans, look out for that. Because if you see something from Josh that Jalen's coming back today, do not believe it on April Fool's Day. Oh, man. Anyway, thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch y'all, man. I'll holler. Listen, as I always say, stay up, one yourself. And no matter what, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, we are still Knick fans. Be good out there. And if you can't be good at it.
Facts.
I'm out of here. Later, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. My God.
I'm out.